Exeter stomping on the bleachers. Low snap. The kick is good. Great move after the catch. First down and more. Now Coleman showing you the speed. Breaks the tackle. Still up the 5 and in for the touchdown. Wow. He's gone. Gould showing you the speed. One man to beat. Yannicko's going to break. He's going. Yannicko inside the 5. He's over the pylon. Touchdown. We got a game. Pinkerton. Going to throw on the run. Wyckoff pulls it in with one hand, and now he's in the end zone. Trying to shake off a man at the 15. He's at the 5 there, and he's into the end zone. Left Hindle, short pass, put big hit here at the line of scrimmage. Gino in motion, snap taken, Heening, going to throw down the seam. He's got Coleman in the end zone. Well, hello everyone, and welcome here to Nashua. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Two of the best teams in the entire Granite State, head-to-head. And a lot of questions are going to be settled one way or the other tonight when Bishop Guertin collides with Nashua North. The parking lot is pretty much full. In fact, some of the traffic was backed up all the way to the ramp on Route 3 about an hour or so before this one kicked off. The place is buzzing, as expected. Both student sections have turned out, along, of course, with the parents. Big media presence here. Why? Well, Nashua North going to lay their undefeated status on the line as they're unbeaten through 7 weeks. And well, no matter what the year, what the records, these two teams really have an eye on one another. And fitting that with really Division I West crown on the line here that they meet in Week 8, a crucial Week 8.
It is, Nick. First of all, I think Lisa, the AD here, should go down to that concession stand, stay open an hour after the game, because with the traffic going out of here after this game, the amount of people here, Nick,
right,
it's just unbelievable. They were cranking down there when we got in. Before it's going to be like unloading a rock concert at the end. But as far as this game is concerned, Nick, we've been waiting for this game a long time. It's always nice to see these matchups that you expect, but boy, when you can get them in week 7, 8, 9, it's extra special because both of these teams have proven they deserve to be here, not only to be playing an in-conference game, but these are the two teams that are been battling back and forth on 2 and 3 all year long, and. Londonderry right now appears to be, from what everybody, for conventional wisdom, is the number one. I look at all three of these teams, anything could happen. We've had the Londonderry BG matchup. Now we have the Nashua North and BG matchup. And this game we saw in Gridiron last night. You talk about the line play in the trenches. It's one of my favorite parts of the game. That's no secret. But both of the line coaches on both of these programs have you can tell are outstanding coaches, and watching that go back and forth and these two quarterbacks battle each other and running backs. We'll see if Charlie Bellavance is going to be in the game. I think that's probably a game time decision. Boy, I can tell you, I'm sure he wants to play. It'd be hard to imagine he's not.
They're in good hands either way. I think tonight with Ethan Labby, senior, has filled in adequately over the last couple of weeks. A 5'11", 190-pounder has been able to carry the load in Bellavance's absence. As you alluded to, of course, these are two of the top 3 teams in the New Hampshire Union Leader Power Poll, with Bishop Guertin at number 3. Just one blemish on the schedule a couple of weeks back, as you mentioned, at Londonderry. They rebounded well on this field just 6 nights ago in a 14-7 victory over Bedford. Of course, North is coming off a 49-7 blowout win over Merrimack.
Yeah, I mean, Merrimack seemed to be moving pretty strong throughout the middle part of the schedule, really began to pick up speed, and you got to believe a lot of that is because North is that good. To have a differential in a score like that against Merrimack really tells you something. BG came back against Bedford, a very well-coached, very solid team, and was able to defeat them in a very tight game right down to the wire. But what really impressed me was the depth that BG was able to demonstrate, to your point, with Labby and some others coming in to provide. But, the leaders really took off. Baker, Garaci, and Matt Sanasuazo kind of in that game, in their matchups, demanded way too many of Bedford's resources for those three players, which opened up the opportunities to get running lanes. And I just thought they played mistake-free football, assignment football to a T. Nashua North with the London. I mean, what else do you want with this game? It's just got to be played.
There's John Trisciani Jr., fifth-year head coach with the Bishop Guertin Cardinals, following his team into the locker room. They've cleared the field here at Stello Stadium. The lights are out. The sun has pretty much set, and most of the empty seats have been gobbled up at this point. We'll step aside, come back, national anthem, coin toss, and then kickoff here in Nashua. Bishop Guertin and Nashua North coming up next. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
I'm Travis Kelsey, and this is Zen Water. The perfect alkaline water for sports hydration and the only water that's in a bottle that prevents ocean pollution. Ultra pure alkaline water in a bottle that prevents ocean pollution. Why would you drink anything else? Seriously, why would you drink anything else?
The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited, Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. Don't waste another season. Raise more funds than ever before and become another football program in New Hampshire that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Well, there's the color guard down on the field, the Titan Band as well, making their way onto the field here to our left, getting set for the national anthem here. BG and Nashua North set to kick off in a moment. Nick Anastas with Steve Beals here on Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Steve, quickly, some keys both ways here tonight between the Titans and Cardinals.
Well, I'm going to start with the home team, Nashua North, Nick. Obviously, protecting the football is key. You do not want to give BG, like Bedford did, opportunities in your own end. And that was, to me, that was a difference maker in the game. Second, Nashua North, you've got to hit Matt Sanasuazo at the line of scrimmage or back. That has to happen. If you let him get through the line of scrimmage, it's going to be a long night for North. They certainly have the capability to do that. And they have to get a pass rush at the same time, but they've got to guard those holes, and those defensive linemen got to get separation from those good offensive linemen. As far as BG is concerned, Nick, It's Geraci and the Baker Show again.
There they are.
There they are. They've got to demand so many resources of defensive when they're on offense and offensive linemen when they're on defense. They've got to be able to demand resources so Rasmussen and the other core of trench guys can get it done. I'm assuming Charlie Baker is in the game. Let's assume that for a second. Charlie Baker has got to come really strong to provide Matt the sort of isolation that he needs from time to time. If they can get Charlie running the ball and get yardage, that's another big key. Obviously, the last one, Coach Trisciani is incredible in these big games. We started against Salem. He's got to be able to make the right decisions and the right adjustments with his special teams play because he's won some big games with that being the margin.
Of course, you were mentioning Charlie Bellavance, not Charlie Baker.
Oh,
not
sorry.
to be confused.
Charlie Bellavance, I apologize.
With Jacob Baker.
I'm a little amped up tonight, Nick. I'll be honest. I've been waiting for this game for a long time. I absolutely love high school football, and I love the way both of these teams are playing. And as far as Gridiron is concerned last night, when you saw Geraci and Baker, you could just see the emotion. You could see the intensity these guys have, and most important, the fun that these guys are having.
Should be a fun night tonight. Players on both teams very familiar with one another. In some cases have played football back in the youth days together.
Boy, that was good to hear that last night, wasn't it? Right,
we'll keep an eye on that tonight, as I'm sure it becomes a factor at some point. Meanwhile, as you notice, the senior night festivities are underway down on the field. The cheerleaders have the banner. This is Our Night Seniors from left to right. All right, we are just about set for the national anthem. A pretty nice night here.
And they do a great job.
Cool, temperatures in the mid-50s. Not a whole lot of wind. And again, full dark now descending over southern New Hampshire. The lights are on here at Stello Stadium. And again, this place is packed.
Pete from ETV was nice to tell us they're waiting right now for North to come out. So there's probably some pre-game words going on there in the old clubhouse to pump these guys up. It probably isn't even needed.
One final word, perhaps, from head coach Chad Zabolis, who also spoke with us last night on FNL Gridiron. In his first season, of course, took over for Dante Lorendi. Lorendi fresh off of a 2020 NHIAA Division I championship.
And we have the camera here looking. Matt's got the camera focused on the entrance of the Titans to come through and hit that banner. Senior night, as you said earlier, Nick. A lot of great memories.
Always a special moment, no matter what the year, no matter what the sport.
Sounds like they're on their way out. Here they go.
Here they come. That's big number 57 leading the charge, Toby Brown Jr., the senior defensive end, 6'3", 235-pounder, 3-year starter. All-state, of course, last season. First team all-conference, a D1 state shot put champ, and an all-state wrestler as well. He, as we know, is going to be one to watch tonight, number 57 in blue, Toby Brown Jr. for the Titans.
Nice tight band as well. North always puts together a nice halftime rendition. The BG band is here as well, so we should have a good halftime show.
All right, we'll step aside for the national anthem. Well, you see both sidelines zeroing in as game time approaches. Another great job on the national anthem by the Nashua North Marching Band. Nick and Astis, Steve Beals with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week. It's presented by Beals Insurance. The winner tonight really in the driver's seat with a week remaining in Division I West.
Let's talk about that and what that means. To get a bye is a great opportunity, I think, especially this year. Because of the fact that a lot of the toughest contests for the teams that are in the upper tiers are coming at the end of the game. So they're going to be battle-tested. I don't think a week off is going to create anything detrimental to the team that gets it. So that's big enough in itself. The other thing is, it's so deep, Nick. We talked about it on Gridiron last night about the parity that is in, and we talk about teams kind of breaking out. There's just so many of them. And there's a couple dark horses that we were asking we're asking Jay Pinson last night, and you could argue 4 or 5 teams could wind up coming and be a dark horse.
Well, as we said, I think the 8 spots in the quarterfinals are all going to be well earned.
I agree.
Division, or rather a conference championship in the regular season earns you the berth into the quarterfinals. It also ensures a home game.
Yep.
With only 4 up for grabs. The division really does mean something. Again,
big time.
Not the division, the conference.
Conference,
of course, amongst Division I, 3 conferences, East, West, and Central.
Well, that's one of the things that the NHIA wanted. They wanted that sense that to be able to create that something. I don't think there's been a year where so many teams are still, in the hunt, and it's been a lot of fun.
Of course, they expanded the playoff field from 8 to 13. A preliminary round will be played 2 weeks from this weekend.
Yep.
We've got that to look forward to.
Yep.
Of course, week 9 is the final regular season week.
And we're hoping for some Saturday night games so we can pound off 3 that night. That'd be wonderful if that happens.
All right. BG and North. Technically, North is the home team. Of course, both these teams play their games at home here at Stello Stadium. Turf Field, 5-man crew tonight. And as a result, we've got North in their home navy blue uniforms with those crispy white helmets and pants, while BG is basically in white from collar to knee with the gold helmets and the green lettering.
Yeah, we are big fans of those new helmets. Ben, Matt, and I just love the fact have the number on it. They're just really sleek with the striped up. The uniforms for North and BG just look terrific tonight.
Something about under the lights.
It's a beautiful
as
thing.
well. You can see the shine amongst the helmets. Again, crisp air tonight. And a standing student section, many in pink, to raise awareness, of course, for breast cancer, as we do every October here in New Hampshire. All right, Titans are going to receive a short kick, and we're underway here from Stellos. This is Armory Almonte, the senior. He's got some room up the middle. Almonte now in a foot race. Almonte at the 20, to the 10. Almonte is in the end zone for a touchdown. Nashua North is going to return a 78-yard kickoff to the house and open up this thing 6-0.
Well, we talk about this all the time. When you get a ball, choose your lane and then go 100 miles an hour through it, Nick. And that's exactly what Almonte did, and it paid off for him. And as soon as he broke outside, the stride that he had, I'll tell you, there was a heck of an effort to tackle him down there, and he did tremendous balance to keep his balance to get in the end zone. That is not how BG wanted to open this game. It certainly is with a bang the way that the North Titans wanted to.
Kick up and good off the strong right leg of Denard Toplana, who's got a 50-yard field goal to his credit already this season.
Big start for North.
Plenty of leg on that kick. 7-0 Titans. With just 13 seconds taken off the board, unofficially a 78-yard touchdown return by Amari Almonte. So, a dream start for the Titans as they celebrate along the near sideline with the cheerleaders.
Well, they had a nice wedge built there, and Almonte saw that seam, and instead of, anything east and west, he went north-south, 100 miles an hour. I can't tell you how important that is to make big plays. That was just a terrific run. Excellent decisions and great blocking up front to create that lane.
He's a kid really still learning the game in a lot of ways. Not one of these multi-year veterans. Kind of a gift to Coach Zabolis during camp. He has come out and played very well this season and opens up tonight's game in electric fashion. A 78-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Meanwhile, Toplana going to swing that leg. This one end over end all the way to the goal line. On the return, it's Sanasuazo, the all-world safety / quarterback, untouched as he steps out of bounds just shy of the 20. Along the far sideline, it'll be 1st and 10 Cardinals.
And Toby Brown chased him out of bounds in that situation. Toby took a nice position there. Watch him as he goes. Whoop, that's the touchdown there. Wow. Now watch him keep his balance. He sees him coming from behind. Great effort to try to tackle him, but watch the balance that he look at that. He holds on, does it just the way it's supposed to do. Get that with those legs and knees high.
That was Cody Szymanski who tracked him down. The junior almost tripped him up at the 5-yard line. Instead, 7-0 Titans. We got a 1st and 10 for BG on their opening possession. Sanasuazo, the senior, looking over at the far sideline. Coach John Trisciani Jr. in communication. Meanwhile, North is showing a blitz here on 1st and 10. Sanasuazo going to take a gun snap. A hand to the back, and he's stuffed up the middle. That, again, is Ethan Labby, senior on his first carry tonight. I say again because he once again gets the start. 2nd straight week, really the 3rd straight week he's been the primary back, and he goes for no gain on his opening carry.
Nice job in the trenches on the inside there. I believe that's number, is that 33, 63?
It's Connor Smith, the junior defensive
tackle. Looks like
tackle.
Connor Smith, 63. What a nice job.
Who's now just over the football. Sanasuazo lowers the shoulder. He's going to lean forward for about 2 yards. Tried to create some room along that far edge, but good defensive end play.
I think that was Brown, wasn't it? Nope,
that's
51.
His counterpart on the other side, Darius Smith, the sophomore.
Good job getting separation on the offensive lineman there.
Smith in a 4-point stance. Meanwhile, somebody jumped.
Yeah.
That's the aforementioned Connor Smith. One of those hard counts. It's become well known from Matt Sanasuazo is going to cost the Titans 5 yards.
Yeah, I think that, Matt Sanasuazo and Evan Pafford from Exeter do a phenomenal job drawing. We saw it so many times this year. Zach Dower doesn't do too bad either. A couple times we saw him play.
All right.
So that helps.
3rd and 8 becomes a 3rd and 3.
That helps BG there. Gives them a 5-yard. Opens up the playbook a little bit.
First 3rd down of the game. Again, Brown standing along the edge, the standout defensive end for the Titans. He's on the near side here, 57. Sanasuazo in the gun. Brown on his heels. The throw is caught. Szymanski, 1st down. Up to the 35-yard line, able to work that far sideline and move the chains for the Cardinals.
Key with that was great offensive line blocking. There was a lot of separation between Matt and his linemen, so he had good vision downfield. Watch him set himself very well. Plenty of line, had plenty. Oh, he actually got hit around the back there, but that's probably why it sailed. But he did have good vision across the field there. I did not see that come from the backside there.
So 1st and 10 after the 12-yard pickup. Sanasuazo going to hand to Labby. Not much. Going straight downhill. He meets the linebacker, Jack Peters. A name that should be familiar at this point. 3-year starter for the Titans, multi-sport athlete, and one of their best football players. Makes his first tackle tonight.
Absolutely.
Just over 2 minutes gone by first quarter. A 3-yard gain for Labby.
That defensive front of North, Nick, looks very solid as they come off the ball. They're big, they're strong, smart, make good decisions. Been watching it all year long.
Of course, Coach Zabolis has really put a premium on that group in particular. 2nd down and 7. They fake to Labby. Sanasuazo's got room on the far side. He's got a 1st down. Steps out of bounds just shy of midfield. Good play fake. And once again, the chains are going to move as they spot this one just shy of the 49-yard line.
Well, this is a big drive for BG here to be able to come back and sort of settle the score as far as evening things up. And this is the sort of methodical way. So far, the offensive line's given Matt the opportunity to get some time.
Labby on carry number 3 is going to spin his way into Titan territory.
He's been very impressive, Nick. Phil, coming in and There's a lot of shoes there to fill in the absence of Charlie Bellavance, and Labby's done just a terrific job.
Xavier Jalbert, one of the senior defensive tackles, in on the stop. It's a 5-yard gain. Set up second down and 5. They're going to throw near side. And with room in the flat is Chase Armorall. He's got his first catch tonight. Takes a big pop as he steps out of bounds near the 31-yard line. It's a pickup of nearly 17 and a first down. Armorall been one of the more consistent receivers over the last couple of years, the 5'9" senior.
Watch here, folks. Number 88 downfield doing some blocking. Look at him getting in the way. Without him, none of that yardage occurs. That's just a terrific job by Camden Hayden.
It's actually the senior Gavin Bombara. Number 86, I believe, on the near side. Meanwhile, Santa Suazo, another design run. Going to get stopped in the hole by Brown. Pickup of a couple across the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Brown making the stop from the weak side.
Well, thank you there, Nick. It looked like an 88 when he was turning around, but you're exactly right. That facing us now is a clear number 86.
We may see Cam Hayden.
Terrific job.
Somewhere down the line. He's only a freshman.
Right.
All right. Meanwhile, Armorall.
Nevertheless, good work.
Armorall going to come now slot to the near side. This upcoming second down and 7. Santa Suazo takes a low snap. Again, it's Labby. This time off left tackle. Going to twist his way down where? To about the 26-yard line. Tackled around the waist by Jordan Raisinin Andino, another one of these veteran seniors for the Titans.
Nice job so far by the offensive line. This is the sort of methodical drive the BG's looking to answer with, Nick. Those special teams plays that open up these games. It's extremely important to answer it, tie things up, and move on. North's defensive line still looks awful good, though.
3rd and 3. Cardinals stay on the ground, and they're going to come up short. That's Santa Suazo at the bottom of the pile, somewhere at the 24-yard line. Going to be about a yard and a half, maybe 2 yards shy. 4th down coming up here, nearly 5 minutes in.
Looks like he's going to go.
Coach Trisciani gives the green light. Offense stays on the field. Labby is the back. Santa Suazo maybe looking to change the play here. Meanwhile, the Titan fans are stomping on the aluminum bleachers here on the near sideline. Santa Suazo taking his time. North, meanwhile, looks like going to bring some heat on both edges. Santa Suazo on 4th and 3. Calls his own number, goes left side, and is not going to get there. Stopped by Toby Brown, racing in Andino. And just like that, it's a turnover on downs. The Titans are going to take over with a 7-0 lead still intact.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Darius Smith was the one that was in there as well. Let's watch this again, because it was an unbelievable job of holding the line of scrimmage over here.
It's raising in Andino. Got him below the knee, and then he was 51. Finished off, to your point, Steve, by Darius Smith.
Great job.
The sophomore. So the Titans on 1st and 10. The offense on the field for the first time. Peters trying to find the far sideline is going to lose yardage. Just ran out of real estate after taking the handoff from senior quarterback Derek Finley. Peters, in the end, is going to lose 2. Good contain there by the Cardinals.
Watch the speed and the swarm to the football. 1, 2, 3, and the last 2 are able to drive him out of bounds. Terrific defense there. Good speed, good angle of attack.
Armorall shoved him out of bounds. Meanwhile, on 2nd and long, to the air, complete. Nick DeGesi up to where? The 29-yard line. You're going to get about 5 on that, maybe 6 to set up what looks like a 3rd down and 7.
Nice
hit
job.
The midway point here, first quarter.
Jacob Baker's move out to the edges of the field, Nick, beyond the hash marks, the speed, and the ability to stay coordinated and not get juked. It's just amazing. What an athlete he is.
Szymanski with the tackle, got him around the ankle. 3rd down. Finley going to roll. Looking downfield. He tosses over the middle. He's got Peters. It's a 1st down. Armorall going to wrestle him to the turf at about the 40-yard line after a 12-yard pickup. Peters his first catch. Finley now 2 for 2. And the Titans have a fresh set of downs.
What a nice job here. Watch Finley wait for the right time for him to squeeze. He's got 2 receivers flooding the zone. Waits just the right time. Excellent job. Actually, 3 receivers in the zone.
North going to stay in a 4-receiver set, 2 to each side. In motion is Almonte. They give him the carry. He's going to find a little bit of room between the right guard and tackle up to about the 42-yard line. A gain of 2. Baker right there on the edge for the stop for the Cardinals. Well, we spoke with Jacob Baker last night. Seems like a real outgoing kid. Going to go into the film industry down south. And he knows that these last remaining games are special, as he does not plan to continue playing football at the next level. Meanwhile, Finley trying to weave in and out of the pocket on second down is lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Labby giving credit on the tackle. 3rd and 8 coming up.
Yeah, boys, Finley's got some speed and acceleration. He was, most quarterbacks are going to be dead to rights there behind the line of scrimmage and well behind. Watch the acceleration right out of the gate. Good job to run to the left-hand side, protecting the football. Boy, he's got a little mojo there.
One of the school's better athletes,
yes,
as we know. Had big shoes to fill, of course. A couple of years back, took over in the wake of the state championship. Took over as a junior last year, filling in for Curtis Harris-Lopez. Meanwhile, on 3rd and long, he's got a man. It's Almonte, and that's a big pickup of nearly 25. He's down to the Cardinal 35.
Is he checking into the game tonight, huh? Watch this throw and reception. Matt Sanasuazo's got great protection on him. And look at Phil. Yep, lofts it up. Wow, what a terrific job.
Pretty good coverage, to your point.
Very good coverage.
But Finley able to put it right where he needed to.
He lofted up, got the sort of height that he needed.
Inside of 4 minutes now on 1st and 10. That's Peters, the target. It's incomplete, as we see Finley misfire for the first time tonight after connecting on his first 3.
Both lines, Nick, look pretty even at this point, the way that they're moving the ball down the field. Little offensive edge on both sides, but we'll see if BG can stop the Titans here, Nick, because the Titans did a heck of a job once they hit the red zone, stopping BG and protecting that 7-0 lead.
Again, Finley looking over at the home sideline. Coach Zabolis and his staff in direct communication. Handoff. Good stiff arm. This is again Almonte. He'll lower his shoulder inside the 35 before he's gang tackled down at about the 32-yard line. That'll set up 3rd and about 15. First tackle for Dante Nieto, the senior linebacker for BG.
Chasing these sweeps with a vengeance. Everybody moving across the field. And what a terrific cut. Watch this jab step right here. Boom. He jab steps, wipes out, breaks the ankles of a couple defenders there. What a terrific job and a terrific move upfield.
Yeah, he made the junior linebacker Ethan Chmielewski miss and picked up a few extra. Almonte opened up the game with a 78-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. And that's where we are here, 7-0, just over 3 minutes to go. First quarter on 3rd down. Finley looking for the marker.
I think he's a little short.
Going to slide or take a dive right near the 26-yard line. That's where the marker is, but it's going to be marked back closer to the 28-yard line. So it looks like a 4th and 2 and decision time for Coach Zabolis.
I don't know if he thought he had the first down or not, or he just fell. Yeah, he thought he had the first down, and his knee went down a little early. Probably wanted one more stride, Nick, he would have had it. And now we got what? Is it 4th down? 4th and 2.
Yep. Almonte, the tail, and the pistol. 2 backs joining the quarterback, Finley. They go to Almonte. Had a hole left side, and this is going to be close. Looks like he had some initial room, but the hole snaps shut at perhaps just the right time for BG.
It's very close. We may have a measurement here.
Well, the Cardinals sideline feel like no measurement necessary. The offense is going to come onto the field as the defense forces the stop. Turnover on downs.
We'll see where this winds up here.
BG's got it here with 2:17 to go in the first.
Wow, Jacob Baker there just holding the line with 2. Watch Jacob Baker hold this line here. Right there.
Yep, Labby in the area as well. Nieto.
Terrific. Is that Geraci in there as well?
Meanwhile, this is Bellavance, Steve. First carry in 2 weeks for the 230-pound senior.
Yeah, didn't come in the first drive, Nick.
Going to rumble his way right side for a couple to set up 2nd and 8. Of course, he was injured at the tail end of last year.
Yep.
As well, and got slowed down mid-season here. Was dressed for the Londonderry game 2 Fridays ago, but didn't see much action, didn't play at all last week. Meanwhile, this is Santa Suazo, right side, but again, not much. Both teams, it seemed like, Steve, in this first quarter have been able to contain that edge defensively.
Yeah, I give a slight edge here, even with the touchdown on special teams. I give a slight edge here to North as far as the trenches are concerned so far, but it's very, very close. It wasn't surprised me the special teams so far as the difference in the game.
Yeah, that's the score, the lone score. 13 seconds in, the kick return. We saw BG in response pick up a few first downs, but sputter out before they turned it over on downs. North, same thing. Mm-hmm. And now here on drive number 2, with just over a minute to go, BG facing a 3rd down 6 officially from their own 31. Santa Suazo in the gun. It's a 4-man rush. He's got time. He's going to throw down the seam, and it's incomplete. Trying to hook up with Szymanski, and now the late flag is going to fly.
Well, he looked tugged, Nick, there because he slowed down, and he was lunging to get the ball. Let's see here on the replay if we got a good shot. But yeah, hopefully we're going to see this here. I thought it looked like he was tugged. Watch him as he cuts across. Yeah, looks like his left arm is hooking his elbow from behind right there, and he's looking for the. We may get a better look here.
That's the defensive back, Xavier Francis.
See if there's any contact here. Yep, he's in there early.
A little bit early around the collarbone.
Yeah, good call.
Came over with the right arm there on the shoulder, so it is a pass interference. It's the first penalty either way, and it comes just inside of a minute to go here in this first quarter.
Not a bad penalty there, Nick, actually, because if he was able to receive that, he might have had some separation there. But a lot of times if it's a left arm bar on the inside arm bar towards the quarterback, they'll let that go sometimes. But when it's from coming around from the back, it's very easy for the referee to spot it and see clearly that it's come before the ball is in the hands of the receiver, and it usually get the laundry thrown.
They'll spot it at the Cardinal 43. North going to come on a blitz on 1st and 10. Doesn't matter as Labby attacks the teeth of it. Crosses the 45, leans his way up to about the 47, and in the end picks up 4 yards.
Yeah, this defensive line of the North Titans, Nick, is as advertised. These guys are solid. Normally, last week against Bedford, you saw a lot more yardage getting ripped off because they will be able to create a little more space there, but not tonight so far.
Final 30 seconds. Santa Suazo going to weave.
What a runner.
And tiptoe across the 50 to the Titan, 47?
Yep. Matt does a great job following his blocks. Watch how he slides off of the hips here. Watch. He slides off the hips. Yep. He's just a terrific runner. He knows he needs 10. He knows how to get it.
Final play, first quarter. Santa Suazo trying to find the first down marker, but it looks like he's short. Well, Brown and company able to swarm to the football and hold it down there on 3rd and 2. It'll be 4th and inches when we come back. First quarter in the books. North on the opening play went to the house, and they have a 7-0 lead after 12 minutes. Right back to Stellos in a moment. You're watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Start of the second quarter here at Stello Stadium. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week. It's presented by Beals Insurance. It's a packed house here, as you can see. Empty seats hard to find as both schools, of course, based here in Nashua, have turned out. Cardinals undefeated through 7 weeks. No, through 5 weeks. Their first loss came in week number 6 on the road at defending champion Londonderry. They rebound with a win last Saturday night over Bedford and come in 6-1 overall. The Titans, they're still unbeaten through 7 weeks. The most recent victim, the Merrimack Tomahawks.
And those beautiful cranberry shrubs that line the field here at Stello are just starting to show the turn. Boy, last time we were here last week, Nick, boy, were they were just on fire. Beautiful venue.
Really the height of foliage season statewide. And not too cold just yet. We're starting to see the frost in the very morning hours, but today not too bad, about 60 degrees, and at game time about 55 unofficially.
Yes, afternoon was just beautiful. Starting to get you can sense a nice cool breeze coming in here, but certainly much more comfortable for our camera people out there and everybody else out on the stands tonight, for sure.
Getting set to begin the second quarter in just a moment. The officials are trying to figure out, I believe, where the yard marker should be placed. It's going to be 4th and inches here coming up, with the nose of the football somewhere between the Titan 47 and 48 yard line. The first down marker looks like is right on the 47.
I would expect them to put Sanasuazo back and then give him the option to either kick it or that might be called out from the sideline. But that's been a pretty effective play where it stops any punt returner, come back and they can try to, feed a ball down inside the 20-15 yard line to win the field position game.
So you think they punt here?
No, I think they actually go for it. I think, Coach, given the nature of the game, if you can't get, you're over the 50. First of all, you're in their territory.
You only need about a foot.
This isn't a yard. This is a foot. So
we'll see how Coach Trisciani Jr. wants to play it. One of the officials finally look like they're ready to give the green light. All right, Sanasuazo's in the gun. Labby is the tail to his right. There's 5, 6, maybe 7 in the box on the other side for the Titans.
Looks like they're trying to get a blocker here in position. They got to be careful. They may be calling a timeout here in a second because this is a long time running.
This is Nieto, the wingback. Yep. Coach Trisciani taking a look at the play clock is now going to use the Cardinals' first timeout. Our broadcast tonight is brought to you by Beals Insurance. Locations in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit MGSportsFundraising.com. By New Hampshire iPhone Repair. It's done while you wait, and it's backed by their lifetime warranty. Now at 6 locations in southern New Hampshire and on the Seacoast. Visit NHiPhoneRepair.com. By the New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NHTomahawks.com and also girls.NHTomahawks.com. And finally by Ghost Energy. Ghost is an active sports nutrition lifestyle brand that empowers users beyond the walls of the gym. So be seen with Ghost Energy. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week. and it's presented by Beals Insurance. Of course, we're in Week 8 statewide. Coming up at halftime, we'll take a look around the state scoreboard and revisit, of course, the first half action. Plus, bring you a live look in at the halftime performances from both schools' marching bands. That's all coming up at halftime. Meanwhile, 4th and inches, and Santa Suazo is going to keep it going for Bishop Guertin, able to find a little bit of a crease there on the right side, pick up a 3 yards and a first down.
Yeah, I was trying to get that in there, that it was clear that he was trying to load up the blocking zone. He had great job by 16. Dante Nieto. Nice block, well-designed play. And when you got Matt Santa Suazo running behind that.
Hand off Labby on 1st and 10. He's going to drag the defensive end Darius Smith with him down to about the 41-yard line. Labby, again, has been the lead back in the absence of Charlie Bellavance and has done an adequate job picking up 3 yards there.
Watch that. If we can get a replay, watch Rocco Geraci absolutely truck somebody on the defensive line here. He is a diesel.
Yeah, he's up front on the offensive line for the Cardinals.
But not that time.
This time the defensive line is heard from Nashua
Great
North.
job.
That's Melvin Fernandez, one of the juniors.
Yeah.
Part of this deep junior class, able to sneak through. And it's actually, in the end, a yard loss there for the Cardinals. So it looks like 3rd and 8 is on the way.
Yeah, that was just tremendous work there.
Xavier Jalbert came flying into the backfield as well.
Yeah, he won the battle there on the got separation and came right across. Made a great tackle.
Titan D trying to get off the field here. 3rd down and 8. It's like a 4-man rush on the way. Meanwhile, Santa Suazo going to load up with 3 receivers to his left. Going to flip Labby from his right to his left in the gun. And now take the snap on 3rd and 8. Going to roll left. Looking for somebody. It's incomplete. Threw it low in the flat, down near the toes of the intended target, Ronan Ballesteri. The junior really didn't have a chance, and now 4th down and 8. And again, Coach Trisciani with a decision to make here. Now that pooch punt, that so-called pooch punt, may come into play. Santa Suazo still being on the field. Of course, right tackle Jacob Baker is also officially the team's punter, and a pretty darn good one as well. But it'll be Santa Suazo here and the offense ready to go for it on 4th down and 7. North showing blitz. Peters comes early, and a flag is going to fly. The veteran middle linebacker mistimed the jump, so to speak, and is going to give 5 free ones to the Cardinals. So 4th down and 8 becomes 4th down and 3. And that's the second time in this first half that Santa Suazo has been able to get the Titans to jump off sides. So 4th and 3. Santa Suazo taking his time. Again, looking at Coach Trish, who's flashing the signals. 2 receivers each side, Labby to the right. Titans looking to pinch here off the edges. 4th and 3. Blitz picked up. Now the pocket collapses, and there is Brown for the sack. That's Toby Brown Jr., the big 6'3 senior. Steve picking up his 13th sack of the season here in week number 8, and it's big, a big play there as the Titans again forced a turnover on downs.
Yeah, in most cases here, just one. There aren't many people that can take him on single-handedly. You've got to be able to take him. If you watch him, watch the separation that he gets.
Comes in with one arm.
He just manhandles you, gets separation, and just has tremendous coordination and his ability to stretch on his tackles is just incredible.
First team All-State last year. Meanwhile, on 1st and 10, Finley on a quarterback keeper across the Titan 45 up to the 46 before Baker registers another tackle.
You look at Brown; he's a frame of that looks like the big stuff as far as the Division I type look to him. He's tall, he's strong, he's powerful.
We've got some intangibles
and
here.
He's got some technique that he's built and some and natural capabilities that are just off the charts. I'm very impressed with his discipline as well, Nick.
3-year starter. Steve, I remember you called it out 2 years ago. You saw something in the making with Toby Brown. Meanwhile, Almonte is going to make 3 Cardinals miss before he's finally dragged down near the first down marker.
Yeah, he's having himself a game.
In the end, Andrew Piker, one of the seniors, wrestled him down to the turf, but not before a 10-yard pickup and a Titan first down in Cardinal territory at the 46.
Yeah, this is the end of the second quarter, and is always difficult because your depth chart gets challenged in the second half of the second quarter, Nick. And these long drives can really tire your defense out.
Nearly 3 minutes in, second drive for the Titans. Here is Jordan. Raising in Andino. Still alive at the 20. Down the sideline and finally pushed down where? At about the 6-yard line. A big-time pickup of nearly 40 for the tailback, Jordan Raisinin Andino.
Is that Matt Avery or was that number 52, Jacob? I couldn't tell who that was, but that was a heck of a job. Jacob Baker, pushing out of bounds there.
Yep. Saved the touchdown for sure.
I was just telling you that earlier, it just looks like BG's getting a little bit tired here. This has been a long ride.
Meanwhile, touchdown.
There you go.
Almonte, a 9-yard carry. He brings the defender Chase Amaral with him into the end zone, and it's 13-0 North.
Yeah, these North interior linemen, Nick, are starting to win the individual battles, and you can start to see the hands on the hips. It's just been a long time that North has been able to carry this drive, and when you don't have a full second wave of defenders, Nick, that you can put in, things are going to happen like this, and you could just see the fatigue. I could see it earlier down around the 30-yard line. Kick looks like it's good.
Fireworks up on the screen as
North is very, very impressive looking, Nick, here.
Another extra point up and good for Denard Taplana. And it's 14-0. The Titans able to go down the field. Defense has forced a couple of turnovers on downs. And in the end, it's a 9-yard scamper for the senior.
Yeah, there's a culture here on the you could tell it when we talked to Coach last night on Gridiron. There's a culture here about understanding where the games are won and lost, and they're not won out in the fringes. They're won in the trenches and almost in every single game. And if there's parity there, it's usually special teams that is a difference or turnover situation.
We've seen that way in already. Opening kick taken back to the house.
I'm
78
very
yards
impressed with North's line.
By Amory Almonte. Almonte on the carry there, a 9-yard touchdown. And that's where we are, 14-0. 3 minutes gone by here, second quarter. Head coach Chad Zabolis, still undefeated.
And the thing about this is these guys this doesn't just happen by accident. This is constant drilling and technique and building discipline. No flags either, just very impressive.
On the return, creeping up to the 20, Ballesteri to the 30. And in the end, going to sidestep his way out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. A good return by the junior Ballesteri.
Well, we knew that North was good when they beat Bedford in the beginning, Nick. But all I've been able to watch is highlights and films. Since then, and to see these guys play live here so far,
it's a well-oiled machine.
It's a well-oiled machine.
Coach Zabolis, maybe in his first year, but he's been around the block a long time. It's his second stint at North.
Yeah, we were talking to Jason Roby about that earlier, and he agrees that the transition was just very, very well done by North. And that's that goes to the administration right down to the to the culture of the school and everything. They did it right, and this is what happens.
Yeah, it looks like athletic director Lisa Gingras made the right call
without any question.
Meanwhile, Santa Suazo on 1st and 10. That's going to be his longest run of this first half. Tumbles his way near the 45-yard line, enough for a first down. We'll call it 11 on the pickup.
I think Matt's very effective to running to the left side. I think he's extremely effective. If they can get a good block on the outside linebacker, if they can release Geraci, out on the outside linebacker, that usually gives Matt an opportunity when he gets around the edge to bang off some big yardage like right there.
Another 4 receiver set here for BG, 2 to each side. He'll stick with Labby on the left side run. He gets around the corner. Going to tumble his way across midfield to the Titan 49-yard line. About 6 on the gain.
He deserves so much credit, Nick. When Charlie Bellavance went down, the way that he's come in and filled in. And we even saw it in the Londonderry game, how hard that he worked in that game and how well he ran. And he is not afraid to run into traffic full speed, lower his shoulder, and take whatever's out there.
Yeah, you're right.
I was extremely impressed with him.
He's looked good the last 2 weeks.
And you need that because that's what gives Matt an opportunity to get a little, to not have all of the resources put on him. And Labby's done a terrific job.
2nd down and 4. Man in motion is Ballesteri. They go to Labby instead. He's got a 1st down at the middle. Peters in the end knocks him down, but not before. About a 12-yard pickup down to the 35-yard line.
I really like the play sequencing that Coach Trisciani's calling here, Nick, and it's part of the reason they get. Watch the wash down to the left-hand side. 66, everybody's washing down. It starts with a quick jab step left, gets the blocking lane, and then he takes off to the right-hand side.
Nearly 5
minutes. A lot of open
in.
space.
Second quarter. 14-0 North. PG trying to get on the board here. They're going to see a whistle first. And we got a timeout on the field.
Yeah, they really need to
timeout Nashua North.
Yeah, they really need to get some sort of a score, get on the board here, Nick, because you start running with 2 great teams and it's 2 scores is a lot when you have defenses that play as well as both of these teams do. And North's defense right now just looks looks terrific.
Well, they've really kind of garnered a reputation as one of the better defenses at this point in Division I. They've got 2 shutouts to their credit. Another 2 games where they allowed only 7 points.
Yep.
And 2 more with 14 or under. In fact, 14 is the most they've surrendered this season. One was week 2, a 48-14 win against Manchester Central, and then a 64-14 victory over Goffstown. So that defense has been humming
without a doubt,
really all season.
I saw it in film, Nick,
yeah,
but when you see it live, it's just you really see everything. I can pick up everything I'm looking for.
It's a different feel for sure. Coach Zabola said a lot of these guys really bought in.
Yeah.
It was kind of a maturing process that has been ongoing for the last year or so.
And some younger guys are out there tonight.
Some younger guys are in the mix, earning their stripes. But again, guys are accountable. They're having fun.
Yep.
Holding each other accountable. And again, I think the phrase that Coach Zabolas kept returning to was the players have bought in. Mm-hmm. And the results speak for themselves. Unbeaten through 7 weeks and a 14-0 lead on the board here as we approach the midway point of this second quarter. Meanwhile, Labby on 1st and 10 goes nowhere. Coming out of the timeout, no room up front. The last man up from the pile is again the sophomore Darius Smith, who gets credit for the tackle. No gain on the carry, 2nd and 10.
I was going to mention it on the drive down here. I thought Finley's really managing the offense extremely well. His athleticism is remarkable as well. And I really think that the way he's managed himself in the pocket, the way he's executed the players and the play on the field, it's Caden's call. He's just everything's running, like you said, Nick, a well-oiled machine. But it is, as far as Finley's concerned, too. He's doing a good job.
Comes from an athletic family. His sister is a college athlete up at Vermont. Meanwhile, Santa Suazo calls his own number on the right side. Gets down to the 30. Meanwhile, there's a Titan slow to get up. That's Darius Smith.
Looks like he's okay, though.
Who has played well in this first half.
They're going to
give him out of the game. Yep. Yeah. Toplana going to replace him along that defensive line. Meanwhile, inside of 6 minutes now, and another big 3rd down facing the Cardinals. 3rd down and 5. This is the Cardinals' 3rd drive of this first half. Bishop Guertin turned the ball over on downs at the end of each of the first 2.
Clearly 4-down territory.
Another hard count from Santa Suazo.
A little cat and mouse going on here. Obviously, Coach Trisciani sees something. Either he didn't like and wants to change, or does like and wants to execute.
They fake to Labby. Santa Suazo to the right. Got a 1st down and then some. Down inside the 10. Santa Suazo is in the end zone for the touchdown.
Wow.
It's a 3rd and 5 that turns into 6. A 30-yard carry for the senior Matt Santa Suazo.
I will bet you that there is a matchup that they saw on the right side there in a substitution. Let's see, because that's clearly what they were going after. Yep. Missed tackle there on the right-hand side. Matt Santa Suazo has a way of doing that, and he goes right for the corner in that situation there, and BG just did exactly what it had to do. They had to get on the board. They need this extra point, Nick.
Crucial 3rd and 5. Sanasuazo able to turn in one of those highlight reel type of runs that we have really been spoiled over the last couple of years watching him. There's his head coach, who, of course, fills our ears with praise about the young man every time we speak with him.
That situation on the play call change there was just terrific. I love this part of football. Nice block downfield. Is that Labby? No, it looks like might have been Rasmussen. Couldn't get the number here. Yeah, Rasmussen. Watch this inside block right here. Stays with his man. That's how Matt was able to get inside. Terrific run. Terrific blocking downfield. We've got ourselves a football game here between two outstanding teams.
Able to shed the tackle attempt from Jonathan Torres, the junior, as well. Sanasuazo, a slippery 30-yard touchdown run. Gets BG on the board. So 14-7, just over 5 minutes to go in this first half. One of the up men is going to find a little room across the 40 to the 45 before Palstrieri finally able to come up with the tackle.
He just does a great job waiting for his blocks here. Blocking is about timing, and it's only a millisecond that you have to wait for that block to develop, and some people just have that vision. This young man is one of them. That's just a nice run. Special teams has been very kind, and they're earning it, of course, to North tonight. They're doing a great job.
Set the tone early with a 78-yard opening kickoff return.
Wow.
With a touchdown. An east-west run, not going to get much.
How about that, Cody?
Zemansky out of the secondary comes up to make the tackle. No room for Andino. He gets a yard in the end, 2nd and 9.
We talk about skill players, and you're going to see what the skill players where they earn it is right here. Watch this play. Terrific job. Stayed square. Knows he's got a tough job on his hands, and he executed very, very well.
Carry for Almonte goes for a yard. 2nd down and 9 inside of 5 minutes. Second quarter, and Finley in trouble.
I think the ball.
Geraci and company meet him in the backfield for the sack, and the big nose tackle going to flex his muscles.
If you notice, Nick, it's been going back and forth. All of a sudden, the North seems to take control of the line of scrimmage. Now BG on both sides seems to be. It's just, this is the kind of football game, high school football game, that I love to watch. Everybody's buying in on this game. They're leaving 110% in the field.
Going hard, Geraci and Rasmussen giving credit on the sack there. Childhood friends, longtime teammates. Baker going to get a solo sack here as he hunts down Finley from behind. Meanwhile, Finley is shaken up in front of his own bench.
Yeah, if you watch his ankle, Baker wraps it, and he squeezes really tight here.
He's going to trot off and then fall on his back now on the sideline. He's in some pain as the trainers take a look.
See how it jammed right there? Yeah, and he holds on tight to make sure. He's just making sure he doesn't lose that tackle, and that can be painful on the ankle when they both get wrapped tight like that. See, hit the knee sideways on the way down, but it looks like he's okay.
So North got a punt here on a 4th and 14, and he's not okay, Steve. He's on his back.
Oh boy,
getting stretched out by the trainer. This one is going to take a bounce on the far sideline and go out of bounds at about the 25-yard line.
That would be very serious for North losing Philly. Now they're going to get him up.
It's a 32-yard punt with no return. We'll keep an eye on Finley.
I was looking at the wrong person, Nick. I thought I saw him walking down the sidelines looking to check back into the game. But you're right. He was the one that the EMT was taking a look at.
The good news is he's standing up now. He's upright, but still hunched over and still in some pain.
Yeah, he's holding his left knee, Nick.
That's the head trainer, Elise Murphy, standing with him.
Well, that was the knee that, if you saw it hit the ground as he was coming down. But meanwhile, hopefully he's okay.
Meanwhile, we're inside of 4 minutes. Cardinals going to take over. Plenty of time to work with here late in this second quarter as they look to tie it before halftime. Sanasuazo on 1st and 10. Left side, going to angle his way across the 30. Going to lean forward to about the 31-yard line, a gain of 5 to set up 2nd down and 5.
That's what Coach Trisciani, Nick, is looking for. He's looking for that 2nd and 5. That's what his offense is geared to do. Let San Suazo cut the amount of distance in half in one play, and that opens up his playbook to make all kinds of different decisions. And that's the way he likes to play.
Another tackle from Melvin Fernandez, by the way.
He's playing himself a game.
San Suazo, he's used to the heavy workload.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to call his own number yet again on 2nd and 5. Another left side run, another first down. He's got 6, rumbles, tumbles, up to about the 38-yard line.
He's
fun to watch.
He's got a lot of horsepower, and he's got a large gas tank, Nick. He just does not run out of fuel. Look at that lateral movement, tunneling his way, letting blocks develop. Vision vision and passion is the way that guy plays, and he sees the field better than 99 out of 100 football players.
On both sides of the ball.
Clearly, arguably, you could argue he's the best athlete in the state.
Excellent, outstanding safety. He's going to throw here on 1st and 10. To his right, off the back foot. He's got a man. It's Balstrieri. Along the near sideline, out of bounds at the 27-yard line. Another big hookup.
You can feel the momentum shift, Nick. On that last offensive drive, you could just see the offensive line surge. This is just a great job of getting separation and Matt being able to see him.
It's a 44-yard hookup. Longest play from scrimmage.
It really? Is that 44?
Wow. Longest play from scrimmage.
Today, right? Tonight.
For BG. And it comes with 2.5 to go here in the second quarter. Sets up a first down and 10.
I was talking about BG being a little tired. Now you see a lot of hands on the hips with North, Nick, defensively. This is a grueling game of just two.
Well, they're on the field for a lengthy BG drive on the previous possession. The offense doesn't help them out much. Ends in a punt, and now the Cardinals are right back at it. Meanwhile, on 1st and 10, the pocket collapses. San Suazo lucky to get back
they're selling
to the
out.
line of scrimmage.
Yeah, North is selling out for San Suazo, Nick. This is a time that it'll be interesting to see what Coach Trisciani calls on the play. If they're seeing that from upstairs, they're completely selling out all of their linebacker resources, and they're really chasing him hard and chasing him in high numbers. See if there's some sort of a cutback that they got going on here with Labby, or some sort of a flare pass or bubble screen or something like that.
You mentioned it earlier. It's been cat and mouse between San Suazo and the middle linebacker, Jack Peters. Peters going to blitz here. San Suazo going to throw, and it's incomplete. Had Szymanski inside the 10, but the junior could not quite reel it in. It'll be 3rd down and 12.
Toby Brown getting up slow here. See what happens there. Yeah, he took kind of a tough fall there. Let's see him. Watch how he comes down on the left side of your screen. You'll see him coming in. It looks like his wrist really twisted there, and he's in some pain.
Well, that's the last thing Coach Zabolis wants to see. Brown is hobbled and is being escorted by a couple of teammates to the sideline. That, of course, in the wake a moment ago of an apparent injury to
its leg,
the lower body with Jack Peters.
Yeah, it's leg. It's not wrist. His wrist looked like it twisted when it came down. Derek Finley, yeah. So
two of North's better players nicked up here in the second quarter. Meanwhile, with Finley, he's at least walking around upright and in conversation with the trainer. He looks a lot better than he did a few minutes ago. But Brown, who's such a force on the edge for that Titan defense, a concerning development here for Coach Zabolis.
Yeah, can we get a replay of that play to see if we can see the one that was up top there? Yeah, we're going to see the one from up top. You're going to see how he kind of twists down. Rasmussen's got him. Yeah, just kind of
rough landing either way.
Rough landing either way, Nick. I agree. Looked like a catchable pass here downfield. Oh, nice replay here.
Meanwhile, Brown is on the sideline, helmet off, trying to walk it off.
That's a nice throw by Matt San Suazo there. That was definitely a catchable ball.
They're going to need one here on 3rd and 12. Sure. Cardinals trailing 14-7 now, inside of 2 minutes to go until halftime. Trying to claw their way from behind back into this game the entire first half. Going to face a 5-man rush. They're going to throw a screen. They've got a man. It's Lobby near side out of the backfield down to the 20, but short of the first down. They're going to mark him short of the 20 at the 21-yard line. So it looks like 4th down and a full 2 yards on the way here as we approach 90 seconds to go second quarter.
Everybody's selling out to come out. They're putting all their resources on Matt. A great time to call a screen. I talked about a couple plays ago. It's exactly what they did, and they were able to get the yardage they want. It was always been 4th down territory here anyway. It's a big play in the game right here, I think.
Cardinals 1 for 3 on 4th down in this first half. They're going to go to the air. Santa Suazo lobs it into the end zone. Touchdown, BG. That's Ronan Balistreri, the junior, able to get free. The pass is on the money. And the Cardinals are an extra point away from tying the game.
Well, clearly, Nick, upstairs of BG saw everybody selling out. Watch everybody coming in. Everybody's coming forward. Everybody's going after Santa Suazo. And both of this screen that we just saw before and this long corner pass here is very much related to the fact that they saw that. And those are just 2 terrific play calls right there. That's how you call offensive plays against what the defense is doing.
The 21-yard hookup, the extra point off the right foot of kicker Connor Lemon is good. The junior has been reliable all season long. Coach Trisciani's got to like that. His team down 2 touchdowns seemingly minutes ago have tied the game with just over a minute remaining before halftime, 14 all.
It's an organization, Nick. It's coaches, it's administration, and it's players. And that organization has to have help. Look at this. Everybody's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people. And everybody's looking to seek to come up on Matt Santa Suazo because they think he's going to run out of the pocket and run, and that's why he's got that separation in the end zone. Santa Suazo stands in the pocket.
Had Jack Peters bearing down on him right in his face.
Yeah, but he waited. He saw that he's got great vision down the field, not just for running. That's one of the things I think he's improved this year on over last year to a great degree is his passing game. And then just 2 great play calls in a row, in my opinion.
Some fun in the end zone afterwards as Balistreri slapping high five with some of the youngsters over there by the soccer net in the corner here at Stello Stadium.
When the players are playing hard on the field, executing the mission, the coaches have got to find the weaknesses in the defense, and they have to exploit it.
Lennon with a line drive kick. It's dropped by Raisin Andino. He recovers, spins his way across the 20 up to about the 22-yard line. Baker with a special teams tackle there for BG.
And all the way across the field, you could hear that student section, Knicks, and the BG crowd getting into the game right now. There's been a clear momentum shift. I thought Nashua North had a solid advantage in the trenches and the play calling as well. Looked like they were having their way with BG, and BG was kind of hands on the hips. Now it's everything just changed. And I've always said last week when we talked about this, Nick, cool, crisp weather allows players to overcome fatigue.
First down and 10. Ball at the Titan 22-yard line. Finley may have just changed the play.
Good to see him back in there.
Senior apparently is okay, or at least okay enough to continue. It's a draw. Labby in the end is going to wrestle down Almonte across the 30-yard line.
And they're going to let the tick, tick, tick go.
You know, that's Raisin and Andino on the carry. Another injury, though, here for North, as Darius Smith, who it looked like Steve got nicked up on the defensive side of the football earlier in this second quarter, now is down on the field near the line of scrimmage, shaken up with what looks like a lower leg injury.
It's a very physical game, Nick, going on here, and it's all going on. You know, you have Brown going down. It's just the speed of this game and the intensity inside the hashes, Nick, is just really impressive. What these guys looks like he's okay. Looks like a right shoulder might have twisted it, and a lot of that is the effort that these gentlemen are putting out. These players are putting out in the field. Nick, it's just sometimes you get banged up because you're going at a speed and a pace. Yep. You feel that passion inside, and you're going 110%.
A lot of these guys go 2 ways as well as special teams duties. Mm-hmm. So a lot of snaps and a lot of chances to get banged up, as we've seen 3 Titan starters in this first half at one point or another exit the game. 40 seconds remaining, clock ticking. Titans on a 2nd and short from their own 32. Finley going to put a man in motion. That's Peters. They fake to Peters. They roll Finley out. Tries to cut it back upfield. Zigzagging to the 40. Ball's on the ground. It's loose at the 40, and the Cardinals have the game's first turnover. Ethan Chmielewski. Johnny on the spot comes up with the recovery, and the Cardinals are in business, 1st and 10 at the 40 with 22 seconds to go.
Let's see who made the hit here and jarred it loose. Coming off the side. This is just great containment route, and then turning the run back inside. Right down the bottom there, number 16. Nieto. Boy, he's putting together a nice
player.
body of work. He is a good player. And
there you go.
That's just a heady play right there.
Right hand on the football. Nieto on his way to the ground, able to pry it loose. And then BG bounces on it. Chmielewski, the recovery, and now the Cardinals in a position to take the lead before halftime. They've got the ball at the Titan 32-yard line, looking for points here. With just over 22 seconds left in this second quarter, a timeout here comes before the snap.
Wow.
So they whistle it dead. Coach Trish just burned his second. And they should reset the clock.
22.
Less than a second went off there.
22.8. Wow. How great teams just go back and forth. This is the sort of battle that I was hoping for. Don't count out North. This is a tie ball game. Don't count them out. But BG kind of has them a little bit on the ropes right now. North had BG on the ropes earlier towards the end of the first quarter and in halfway through the second.
Yeah, if you're just joining us,
it's perseverance on both sides.
It got off to about as good of a start as North could have hoped for. They returned the opening kick, 78 yards to the house. Amory Almonte on the return, 7-0 North at that point, 13 seconds into the contest. A couple of fourth down stops for both teams in that first quarter. It stayed 7-zip after one. Second quarter, the offenses came alive a bit. North, after a lengthy drive, we got a 9-yard touchdown run by Almonte to make it 14-0, 3 minutes into the second quarter. Then BG's offense really got going. Santa Suazo, a 30-yard touchdown run, put BG on the board with just over 5 minutes to go. And then moments ago, a 21-yard hookup through the air from Santa Suazo to Ronan Ballesteri. And that's where we are, 14 apiece. The fumble comes on the ensuing possession for the Titans. BG now at their own 45-yard line. I said 32 a moment ago. No, they're at their own 45-yard line. It was actually a 5-yard penalty, so it's 1st and 15. I'm not sure if they didn't get the timeout in time.
I don't know.
Before the play clock went off. I think Coach Trisciani is perhaps asking that exact question right now.
Toby's on the sidelines over there with his helmet off.
Yeah, he's still a little rattled from a few minutes ago, apparently. He's not on the field. His backup, of course, is Denard Toplano, who's also the kicker. Now they're going to take the 5-yard penalty away. They're going to pick up the flag. Coach Zabolis now shrugging his shoulders and looking for an explanation.
My guess is that one of the refs communicated that he did
get the timeout.
Timeout, and looks like to me like after conference they corrected it, and Coach Zabolis looks like he was just looking for verification of what was going on there.
And again,
obviously.
There's 22.6 seconds remaining here.
Mm-hmm.
1st and 10 from the 40. Cardinals with one timeout left. Santa Suazo on a play action. Goes down the seam, and Ballesteri can't quite pull it in.
Boy,
Knew he was going to take a hit. It bounces, it looked like off the shoulder pad, incomplete, 2nd and 10.
But that was within kicking range. If he was able to get that with no yards after the catch, Nick, watch. I think he's down around the 15-yard line. That would have been within range. Well thrown ball right there.
Coverage by John Berry. 2nd and 10. And again, Santa Suazo looking at the hand signals there from Coach Trisciani. 17 seconds to go. 2nd and 10. 3 receivers left, 4-man rush for North. Santa Suazo gets out of the pocket, throws down the near sideline. He's got a man. It's Szymanski tiptoeing. Ball is out at the 5. Peters takes it.
No, they're going to say he was out of bounds.
They say stepped out first, and
There's
the
a big
Titans
play.
are not happy.
No, they aren't, and that is a big play in this game. Let's see it. Let's see what happens. We're going to love having replay here. Matt Sanasuajo, what a job getting out. Makes the right decision. Sees the open man now. Slow it down if you can. There's where they say he was out, right there. On the right foot, it looks like. Wow.
Just in time from a Cardinal perspective.
And they're going to use their last timeout.
They would have had the football.
We're going to see it right here. Not there. Not there. Not there. Looks like right there, that right foot.
Not by much either. The
Boy,
right
I'll
side.
tell you, that was close.
The right side of the cleat, which happened to be white, of course.
Yep.
On that white painted sideline. The official, though, at a good angle.
He was right there.
Yeah,
he was right there watching. So
and
he
again,
must have seen.
the whistle came.
Nice camera
really
work.
a split second before that football came out. So,
Kristen and Matt, that's just really good camera work right there.
5 seconds even.
Here
remaining.
we go. Here we go. Now we got it down to the slow-mo. The ref is literally looking down at his feet as he moves.
Yeah.
I think that's the one.
That's
right
the
there.
right call. All right, here's the field goal. Cardinals want the lead before half. They've got 5 seconds on the board. The ball is spotted on the near hash at the 6-yard line. Connor Lennon is the junior kicker. He's usually sure-footed. Now we get a whistle after the snap, and a timeout is called by Coach Zabolis.
Why not?
Freeze the kicker strategy being employed here just before halftime by the first-year head coach.
A lot of people here tonight in the stands.
Yeah, we knew it would be a packed event, a lot of fanfare, a lot of hype. One of the bigger games statewide, not just in Week 8, but really all season. You've got 2 of the top 3 teams in the New Hampshire Union Leader Power Poll.
Yep.
Nashua North, the only Division I that's still unbeaten. The only squad still perfect through 7 weeks. And, of course, BG right behind them, not only in the Power Poll, but more importantly, in the conference standings in Division I West. A win tonight would give BG the tiebreaker. And with a week to go,
well, they're only
that can go a long way.
Their only losses to Londonderry.
Right.
And
it came 2 weeks ago after a 5-0 start.
So both of these teams, there's no surprise to me here that we're sitting here at 14-14 with just a kick remaining in the first half.
Cardinals looking for 3 more. They want their first lead of the night. Out of the timeout, Lennon is ready. Nieto's the holder. The snap is high. The hold is clean, and it's blocked. It's Finley who gets in there for the block. The ball is finally ruled dead, and we're going to go to halftime, still tied at 14. Derek Finley on special teams, the quarterback, gets into the backfield, gets his hand on the football to block the field goal attempt, and the game stays tied
Watch how
at 14.
long this takes to get down. Just too long to get the kickoff.
Kind of a high snap.
Yep, half a second, quarter second too late. And when you let the wind come around the corner like that, that's what's going to happen. That's just an outstanding effort right there. Look at that work. That's a guy that wants to win for his team.
Finley able to go full extension. Full extension on the block.
What an athlete.
Keeps the Cardinals off the board, and it keeps the game tied at 14. So really, you could argue, the 2 biggest plays of this first half,
special teams,
both on special teams and both favoring the Titans. The opening kick was taken back to the house, 78 yards for the touchdown, and then the final play of the first half is a blocked field goal.
And we talked about good teams, teams that are well coached, full of talent. It's special teams that usually makes the difference, or turnovers. It's just big play there, out of bounds, saved that fumble. BG's got an opportunity, but just not enough time. Have to kick the field goal. And that snap was high and took a long time for that the hole to bring it down.
Yep.
And then there was a little bit of a delay by the kicker. You could see he kind of stood there waiting for it to be set.
Yep.
You got to believe in your guy, and you got to start coming forward and believe he's going to get it where it needs to be.
But in the end, you got to credit Derek Finley.
Without a doubt.
Making a play on the final play of the first half.
But exploiting weaknesses is a big part of football.
14-14, and we're in for a treat here at Stello Stadium. Two of the better bands in the state making their way onto the field. The Cardinal Marching Band will get their players in position, so to speak, and get the first crack at it. We'll see the Titan Marching Band coming up momentarily. Meanwhile, Steve and I are going to step aside. We're going to come back, and we're going to revisit that first half with stats, highlights, and analysis, plus a look at the out-of-state scoreboard as we keep watch in Week 8. Big showdown in Division 2 tonight, by the way, between Souhegan and Pelham.
All I can think of, Nick, is two Rams locking horns right now, and nobody's got an advantage yet.
Whoever blinks first.
Yep.
And they come down to that. All right, back in a moment. Halftime here at Stellos. North and BG tied at 14. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
I'm Travis Kelsey, and this is Zen Water. The perfect alkaline water for sports hydration and the only water that's in a bottle that prevents ocean pollution. Ultra pure alkaline water in a bottle that prevents ocean pollution. Why would you drink anything else? Seriously, why would you drink anything else?
The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. Don't waste another season. Raise more funds than ever before and become another football program in New Hampshire that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Back here at halftime, 14-14, Nashua North and Bishop Guertin. Tied here in week number 8. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire game of the week. It's presented by Beals Insurance. Titans took the opening kick back to the house. 78-yard touchdown return by Amory Almonte made it 7-0. And that was our score after the first quarter. Early second quarter, Almonte in the end zone again, this time on a 9-yard handoff. Touchdown makes it 14-zip. Then BG seemed to kick it into high gear. Matt Sanasuazo on a 4th down rips off a 30-yard touchdown run to get the Cardinals on the board. Just over 5 minutes to go before halftime. 14-7 North at that point. Cardinals on their next drive get a 21-yard hookup. Sanasuazo to Ballesteri. 14-14. Final play of the first half. Cardinals looked like they were in a good spot to take the lead. Instead, a block kick gives North a little bit of a boost going into the halftime locker room. Game still tied at 14. Joining me now up here in the booth is, of course, Roger Brown, the founder of the New Hampshire Football Report, also senior staff writer with the New Hampshire Union Leader. Roger, how are you?
I'm well, Nick. Thanks for having me.
Good night for football.
Very good.
We appreciate you jumping on here for a couple of minutes. Your takeaway from the first half?
Well, I think like we were just talking, Nick, game of momentum, right? North came out, kind of established itself and took an early lead and had the momentum from that opening kickoff return. But I sensed there was a point in the second quarter where I just sensed BG. I just felt like their offense clicked, and I sensed some momentum on their side. And I told another media guy on the sideline, that if there was enough time left, I thought, BG was down 14-7 at the time, but I thought they were going to take it into the next possession, which they did. And frankly, North was lucky that they're not trailing at the end of halftime.
Right.
That blocked field goal.
Right.
So it was just a pretty huge momentum shift in BG's favor there in the second quarter.
Halftime comes at the right time for the Titans. Cardinals will receive the kickoff here to begin the third quarter. Anything you see, Roger, either head coach adjusting in the second half?
I just think North is going to have to do a better job defending BG's passing game. I sense some the possibility of some big plays in the passing game like we've already seen. So if they don't get more pressure on the quarterback or do something, I just feel like BG's going to be able to make some big plays in the passing game, and that could be the difference. Otherwise, we're in for a good second half of football.
Right. Yeah, I think we are either way. New Hampshire Football Report, and of course the Union Leader, Roger. You're busy every weekend. What are you cooking up this weekend? I know you're in action tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow I'm switching to the college game, Nick, going to see Elon play UNH at UNH. And Elon head coach is, of course, Tony Trisciani, who's the brother of the uncle of the two BG coaches. So we got a New Hampshire tie there as well. But plenty of good high school games out there tomorrow, too.
Well, as usual, they can find your stuff at nhfootballreport.com and also at NewHampshireUnionLeader.com. Roger, I'll let you get back to the sideline. Appreciate you stopping by.
Okay, guys, thank you.
And keeping Steve's seat warm. We appreciate it. All right, that again, Roger Brown, New Hampshire Football Report, New Hampshire Union Leader.
If I got Roger sitting here next to me, I'm going to give him the headset. I always enjoy
absolutely
his insight Love having him on Gridiron as well.
Yeah.
And
thank you, Roger.
Been a good friend of the program, a good friend of ours. So
14-14, Steve. You heard what Roger had to say. It seemed like midway through that second quarter, the momentum changed.
Yeah, I thought Roger did a great job of explaining they're going to have to get on Matt Sanasuazo, give him some more pressure, and to stop the passing game. But I have to be honest, every time they were doing that, and that's when they threw the long corner route and the bubble screen, because they were beginning to over pursue. So I give the sideline coaching and the decision and the upstairs coaching of BG a lot of credit on some play calling there, because they were tuned into what Roger was saying and they were reacting to it. And what you do is that cat and mouse game that we're seeing more and more with these excellent Division I coaches and excellent coaches all across the state that we've been able to encounter and have on, and you can see cerebrally why these guys are able to effectively call the right plays at the right time in the field, and that's what just makes the game so much fun. So that's what I do agree with Roger wholeheartedly on the whole momentum shift back and forth. We were talking about it earlier ourselves, and it does appear as though BG is they were kind of getting a little tired there on defense, and they were struggling, but they've dug down, and they've done it behind just tremendous individual play on both sides of the ball by Rocco Geraci and Jacob Baker and Matt Sanasuazo, these three guys. And let's not forget Labby. I forgot him last night on Gridiron. I was going to ask the guys a question about that. He's just been a huge factor, Nick. You called that way back.
He's been Johnny
in the
Londonderry
Londonderry game.
He got thrown into the fire a bit against the Lancers a couple of weeks ago, held his own.
Yep.
Of course, played very well, I thought, last week against Bedford. There is Dante Lorendi, longtime Nashua North head coach. Of course, he's still a part of the athletic department as the AD at Nashua North under Lisa
Terrific
Gingras,
guy.
and always friendly with us here in the media.
Terrific
Fun guy to be around.
Yep.
Very engaging. And, of course, elevated this program really to where it is right now.
Well, I give he and Lisa a lot of credit. We've talked about that all year, Nick, the transition. And as soon as we had Coach Zabola, on last night, we had him on before. You could see full reason why this guy just stepped into this position, and the transition was laid out administratively and coaching-wise. And you can see the players really, as he said accurately, buying in. And he's got the whole team, at this point in the year. That's not an easy task to come in as a new coach and do that.
All right, second half about to get underway here. The Cardinals are slated to receive the opening kick. Steve, you mentioned, of course, FNL Gridiron. We're live every Thursday from the Beals Insurance Studios in Bedford, where we preview the weekend's broadcasts and speak exclusively with head coaches, players, and media members. That, again, is every Thursday live at 6. Only on Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. We're on YouTube at FNLNH Media. Again, Friday Night Lights New Hampshire on YouTube at FNLNH Media.
And the reason that we do that before the game this year rather than after the game is it really sets up the matchups that you, Ben, and I choose every single week that we feel is the best game to cover that has the most impact. And also at the same time be respectful and spread things around and really get to know and bring to light on Friday Night Lights the teams. And to see the quality of the coaches that we've seen the last couple of years since we've done Gridiron has just been amazing, and you realize why New Hampshire football keeps on growing and is alive as well.
It's alive, a great way to get yourself set up for Friday and Saturday.
And they're so willing
on the high school
to open up
front.
and talk to us about what's going on with the teams and the strategies. And
speaking of what's going on with the teams, let's get a scoreboard look, shall we?
Yeah.
Start with number 1 Londonderry, still unbeaten against in-state competition, taking on Winnicott tonight in a rematch of last year's Division I championship game. That's also Winnicott's senior night out on the beach. Lancers early in the second quarter, a 21-6 lead over the Warriors. So Londonderry on top of Winnicott 21-6. Concord over Windham early third quarter, 21-6, as the Crimson look to win their 7th straight. Timberlane and Dover, Steve, that's a one-score game, with the Owls on top of Dover, 21-17.
Timberlane 28, Dover 21.
Guys,
7-point game.
Dover's a good football team.
Late in the first half. 7-point difference. Owls on top of the Green Wave, 28-21. Wyndham, by the way, just scored.
Yep.
Clawing their way back.
That doesn't surprise me.
They now trail Concord 21-14, so that's a one-score game as well. And finally, in Division II, Pelham leading Sauhegan 14-7.
And that game's at Sauhegan.
In Amherst at halftime. Sabres, of course, unbeaten. The Pythons trying to change that tonight. We'll keep an eye on all those scores moving forward. Meanwhile, we're underway here in the second half, and the Cardinals are going to have decent starting field position here after the kick is returned to the 29-yard line.
Well, I mean, you run quarterback on offense and safety on defense. Why not right. Return a kick, right?
Yeah. Well, Sanasuazo, he's done a little bit of everything during his tenure here with Bishop Guertin. Of course, had an older brother who played for Bishop Guertin as well, and we'll see him this winter, long after football season is done. He's one of the basketball standouts for Coach Fisher. Meanwhile, Sanasuazo.
Oh, what a tackle.
Trying to shake off a man at the 34-yard line, but
who is that?
Is cut down in the end by Raisin and Andino. A good one-on-one stop, but a 5-yard pickup for Bishop Guertin.
That's not an easy task to bring Matt down on the spot where you hit him. That's just a great job of shaking the blocker and getting some open space and just doing that's the only way you're going to get Matt down is tackle at the knees like that.
Able to cut him down after a 5-yard pickup. Meanwhile, Labby going to power his way, a first down and then some.
He's
still rumbling near midfield before he's finally dragged down. A 15-yard pickup for the senior Ethan Labby.
Well, he's been something else, I'll tell you.
Some power running on display there.
Yeah, and this just makes Matt Sanasuazo running the ball that much more lethal, Nick, because when Labby can do this, they have to pay attention to him. And look at that leg drive, small grinding steps. That's how you run the ball in traffic right there.
Broke 3 tackles before finally he was wrestled down by Jonathan Torres. So a 1st and 10 from midfield. Cardinals looking for their first lead of the night. We're in a 7-0 hole right away. Trailed 14-0 3 minutes into the second quarter before ending the first half with 2 touchdowns of their own. Meanwhile, it's Labby.
Look at him twist and look at that leg drive.
Going to push the pile up for another 8, maybe 9 yards down to the Titan 41-yard line.
Nick, I think he's getting better every week. Every week we see him, and
he's a no-nonsense downhill runner.
All business.
With a decent-sized frame at 5'11", 190.
Yeah, I have no doubt he does the whole leg machine on the universal. He's got that's tremendous power.
And of course, he's one of their tackle leaders defensively. He's going to get a hole here. And again, it's Raisin and Andino. Gets him below the knee down at the 37-yard line. A 4-yard gain and a first down.
Again, yeah, Nick, watch the leg drive here. Watch him come through the hole. It's all north-south. Nice jab step. Good tackle there, too. But, boy, tough to bring down. We'll get
Raisin and Andino starting to pile up the stops. Labby met by Peters and driven backwards for a loss. That's Jack Peters, the middle linebacker. Sniffed that one out in a hurry. 2-yard loss, 2nd down and 12.
Jack's been impressive now for 2 years watching him.
3
years, actually. Yeah,
he was
specifically last 2. What good stand-up rushing right there.
Yeah.
Good job holding down, lift the body, take the center of gravity away from the runner.
One of the few starters from that 2020 championships team still in uniform for the Titans. Brown is another. Speaking of Brown, he has not returned.
Coach Trisciani changing up the play. He's been doing this strategically throughout the game.
Going to keep it with Sanasuazo. He's going to zip and
slice.
zag.
Yeah.
And in the end, cut his way down to about the 33-yard line. Another 5-yard rip there for Sanasuazo. But
the Titans don't give up, Nick. When it gets down towards the red zone, as they approach the red zone, they really stiffen up.
But again, star watch here. No Toby Brown, who is on the sideline, no helmet.
That's a big loss for the Titans.
He was shaken up there late in the second quarter.
Fans getting into it.
3rd down and 7 on the way. Just over 3 minutes gone by. Opening drive, 3rd quarter. Nashua, 3 receivers left side. Hand to Labby on a sweep. Cuts. Ball's out. It's loose. And your guess is good as mine.
I have no idea.
Titans initially felt like they had it. The officials trying to get to the bottom of the pile. BG signaling, no, it's our football.
There's a scramble down underneath. I think they're still fighting for it, and both teams.
The Cardinals going to keep it.
Yeah, looks that way.
North upset.
Yeah.
Labby, the fumble, it was on the turf, and then again it was a royal rumble there at the bottom of the pile.
It looked to me like it was a battle underneath for that ball. Nice hit.
That's Luke Peters, younger brother of Jack, who applied the hit and jarred it loose. Meanwhile, 4th down and 3.
Big
ball
play in the game.
30-yard line. Game tied at 14. Nashua going to take his time. Again, 3 receivers strong side right. Labby to his left in the backfield. The big 6'4" senior receiver, Gavin Bombara, down at the bottom of your screen. They stay with Nashua. He slips free for a moment. He stood up near the marker.
They're going to give it to him.
And
he's going to have a first down. Yep.
May have gotten it by a yard or so. Again, Peters the younger, the first to arrive on the scene for Nashua North, but Nashua with a second effort may have gotten the first down. No signal yet. Now the officials, I think, want a measurement.
Looks to me like where the ball was spotted there, that he has it by about 3 or 4 inches there. If you look at the front end of the ball, Matt Nashua, if it is a first down, earned that from just relentless second and third effort. But it looks to me.
I thought initially he had it. Now that we see the spot, it's going to be very close. Nose of the football in between the 26 and 27-yard line.
I say he's got it by about 3 inches, the front end of the ball. See if we can get a close-up there.
Chain gang on the field. And again, if it's a first down, Cardinals offense stays on the field, and they've got it. Excuse me, one of the most lopsided measurements I've ever seen. A good yard and then some.
I didn't think
Cardinals
they got it by that much,
down,
but
right.
It certainly looked to me as you work it down the field there. That's just great second. I do not believe he had the first down on the initial effort that he had going into that pile, but his leg drive and twisting and turning and his strength and determination, I think, brought him across. He's just such a valuable player in so many ways.
Run hard tonight, ripped off a 30-yard touchdown run on a 4th down play back in the second quarter to get the Cardinals on the board, then threw a 21-yard touchdown pass to Ronan Balistreri. So he's doing his thing.
First down in this game,
including picking up a first down there. All right, they got a bunch receiver set to the right. They go to Labby, and he's got room off right tackle. He's going to cross the 20 into the red zone and taken down near the first down marker at about the 17.
Watch Rocco Geraci here on this block. This guy is extremely valuable. Watch him driving up. He's the left part of your screen. He completely buries I believe it was the nose guard. In this case, it was one of the tackles, and that's what opened up Labby a nice running lane there.
Nearly 5 minutes
Such
gone
a valuable
by.
Player.
Third quarter. BG's had the ball the entire second half so far. 2nd and 1. Again, Nashua, a good cut at the 15-yard line, leans his way down to the 13. Tackled around the waist by Jack Krulikowski. Freshman cutting his teeth out there for Nashua North.
But you do get the feeling, Nick, that points are not going to come easy in this game, at least what we've seen so far, other than the opening kickoff. It's been a hard job to get into the end zone. So if BG's able to convert here, and boy, I'll tell you, the time's coming off the clock like crazy.
Yeah. Labby, good cut.
Wow.
Weaves his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
In many ways, Nick, this kid is the story tonight.
It's a 13-yard touchdown run for the senior Ethan Labby. Bishop Guertin takes their first lead. They've now scored 20 unanswered points. Extra point on the way, nearly midway through this third quarter. It's 20-14 Cardinals.
Yeah, he's moving himself out of a utility back that pleases the whole coaching staff into one that's really making a difference, and this is going to be tough for them to stop.
2-point try. Sanasuazo is in the end zone.
Right behind Geraci.
2 more on the board. Cardinals making an 8-point game at 22-14, 6:32 to go, third quarter.
It's an impressive football drive, Nick, and it's almost a 6-minute drive here in the third quarter. This next offensive set that the Titans are going to get is going to be critically important, that they have to muster something. Look at this running. Look at that. Just weaving his way through, some good downfield blocking there from Cody Szymanski. He's played himself a football game too, Nick.
Want to shout out a couple of guys who maybe have been overlooked to this point up front for the Cardinals as well. How about junior offensive lineman Diego Mendez? Has had some solid guard play tonight. Andrew Piker, the senior, part of that unit up front, paving the way for both Labby and Sanasuazo, and doing a great job again here tonight, especially on that touchdown run there.
I coached his older brother, Mark, and Mark and I still have a great relationship. And he was an awful fun kid to coach, and he'll do anything you ask and give you everything he's got.
This is John Berry Jr., the good return, able to take the squib kick up nearly to midfield. The junior is going to be ruled down at about the 47-yard line, so the best starting field position tonight for the Titans. They need it, trailing for the first time in the ball game, 22-14.
Yeah, that opens up the playbook for the Titans a little bit, so now they can begin to be a little bit more aggressive. They're out of their zone, almost into BG territory, I should say. And that's a nice run back, good blocking up front.
Last time the offense was on the field, they turned it over. But just over a minute ago in the second quarter, a fumble, the only giveaway either way in that first half, set up a short field goal attempt for BG, which was blocked by Nashua North on the final play before halftime.
It'd be a 2-score game right now if that actually went through, so that could loom large in this game. Titans still within 1 score here. And
meanwhile,
great field position.
Finley talking it up on the sideline with offensive coordinator Zach Harris, ready to go now out of the pistol on 1st and 10. From their own 47. Handoff. This is Amari Almonte. A shifty run.
He's a shifty runner.
And to Cardinal territory at about the 46. A gain of 8, 2nd and 2.
So difficult to be able to tackle, Nick. Watch him as he uses his jab steps. Watch. He'll cut right, turn up. Watch him. He'll just stop on a dime. Boom. Slides off. Accelerates out. Nice job by Matt Sanasuazo. That's why Coach Trisciani is constantly talking about him as the best safety in the league, he feels.
Yeah, able to hang on and eventually bring him down. Meanwhile, Raisin and Andino not going to get much on 2nd down and 2. Lost his helmet on a run to the right side there. Baker and company waiting for him. And the BG defense stops him shy of the 1st down marker. So it looks like 3rd and less than 2 on the way. The ball at the Cardinal 45-yard line. Here's Piker, got him below the knee, and then Geraci comes over and takes the head gear with him.
Doing a good job tonight. You're absolutely right, Nick. Getting a lot of support from Piker and
others. We've mentioned Rasmussen, of course. Has played well on both sides of the line. Baker is standing up, 3-man front. Baker comes off the edge. The throw from Finley is a quick one, and it's complete along the near sideline. Catch made by Nick DeGacy, who's got his 2nd catch, first since the opening drive.
I think this is when Finley is at his best, Nick. Watch him deliver this pass. He fires a strike. But I like to watch how he looks downfield. He's looking downfield and immediately nails the hammer. That's all designed as a comeback play. That usually is called from upstairs. They'll stretch the cornerbacks back when they stop playing soft, then do comeback, grab the yardage. Sometimes they can break it.
5 minutes to go, third quarter. Titans hoping to tie the game. Raisin and Andino with plenty of room left side. Tracked down by Sanasuazo. just shy of the first down marker, a gain of 9. Had a big hole on the left side that time.
He's racking up some yardage, but it's the yardage that he's getting at the times they need it the most, Nick. He's a very impressive runner. Watch this. Again, jab. Watch the jab inside. Matt's able to get some shirt there, and that's was able to pull him down. But I'll tell you, not before he racks off, 7 yards.
Good piece of blocking from the left guard, Melvin Fernandez. Meanwhile, nothing here. Raisin and Andino cut down in the backfield.
Who is that?
I think it's Rasmussen. No, it's Piker again.
Piker, he's having himself a game tonight. He's motivated too.
That's a tackle for a loss. And we'll set up 3rd down and 6. So they lose 3 there. Is Piker able to knife his way into the backfield?
Yeah, great separation. Able to get his offensive lineman away from him, maintain his vision. Terrific job.
4 minutes now, 3rd quarter. Big play, 3rd and 6 from the 30. To his right, Finley plants the feet. Rainbow pass down the middle. He's got Peters for the touchdown. Peters got the step on junior defensive back Ethan Chimalecki. Pulls in the perfectly thrown ball for the long touchdown. It's a 30-yard strike. And now the Titans look like they're going to go for 2 to try to tie this game at 22.
DG secondary biting down, not taking those passes seriously, but not with before Mr. Finley can get himself a nice pass. Had separation. He saw it. He knew it as soon as he threw it. He was jumping up and down. He fired a strike. Nice job. They're going to go for 2 and try to tie it.
They're going to roll out. Finley to the right. Gets a key block. Cuts it up for 2.
Got ourselves a game here.
22 apiece, 3:45 to go, 3rd quarter.
This is what we wanted. This is what we expected. And this is what we're getting.
A lengthy drive from Bishop Guertin that eats up nearly half, the first half of the 3rd quarter. And then a quick response, less than 3 minutes later. The Titans are able to piece together a 53-yard scoring drive, capped off by the 30-yard hookup from Finley to Peters. So here we are, tied at 22.
I think, Nick, a lot of that was started from the field position they got early on the kick return, all the way up to the 45, 47-yard line of their own 45-yard line, and then just methodically worked it down the field. Finley, I'll tell you, what an athletic. He obviously is in perfectly great shape right now, coming back from that temporary
it looked like he was nicked up for a moment in the first half.
He didn't there. Doing a great job tonight.
We saw 3 Titans leave the game in that first half due to injury. Toby Brown Jr. has not returned. Meanwhile, Balistreri pulls that one in the end zone. It's a touchback.
Automatic. Yep.
So the Cardinals will bring it out to the 20-yard line and begin things 1st and 10. So Matt Sanasuazo and company. Well, we've seen 3 of their last 4 drives end in points. The one that didn't was a blocked field goal at the end of the first half. So this offense has been humming really since about midway through the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, I thought when BG scored the 2-point extra, you got to give Finley a lot of credit on that run right there. He waited for that, as you said, Nick, he waited for that key block to develop, and he turned it upfield. He can accelerate fast.
Both offenses in a groove.
They sure can.
Here late in the 3rd quarter. All right. 2 receivers each side. Titans showing blitz. Off the edge, they'll back off now. Sanasuazo going to run to the left, avoid one man, makes a second miss, and dives headfirst up to about the 25-yard line, a gain of 5 to set up 2nd down and 5.
Yeah, watch the inside block. It's all washing down. Geraci just pancaked somebody else. I'd like to see that on replay again if we could take a look at that. You want to see why Rocco Geraci is considered one of the top linemen in the state. You're going to see it right here. Watch this play. Watch number 68 come around, just completely blows up the line of scrimmage.
Meanwhile, live action, Ethan Labby wrestled down in the hole by Jack Peters.
3rd and what, 2? 2.5?
So 3rd and 2 from the 28.
Doubtful this is 4-down territory, so it's either do it or bust here.
Inside of 3 minutes. Titans trying to force a 3-and-out for the first time tonight.
Coach Trisciani very involved here in the sidelines, looking to find a weakness in the defense and exploit it.
He may have changed the play.
Well,
Titans are showing a blitz here.
They're bringing everybody, unless they drop back.
They're going to run Sanasuazo left side, cuts it up through the hole, and he's got the first down. Across the 30, needed 2, gets 3.
I mean, this
Tripped up by the freshman Krulikowski, but not before moving the sticks.
You saw what was going on there. That was all about cadence. They were still, the Titans weren't quite ready at the defensive line of scrimmage, and he knew it, and he calls that play at his will anytime, and they were able to get the key block that they needed, and he turned it upfield. He's so smart.
Fernandez in on the stop as well. Meanwhile, 4-man rush on 1st and 10. Sanasuazo off the fake. Tries for the far edge. And is wrestled down around the waist by Darius Smith. Good to see him back in.
Yeah, it is.
Smith, along with Finley, at one point left the game in the first half. And we mentioned the Brown injury, which seems to loom the largest because he's the lone player not to return, at least yet, for the Titans. Final 2 minutes here, third quarter. 2nd down and 5 coming up for the Cardinals. Sanasuazo once again tonight has led the way on the ground.
Yeah, they really like that 1st and 2nd and 4, 2nd and 5.
Labby up the middle. Not going to get much. Push back.
About 2.
At the tail end of the run. Jalbert, the first to arrive there for the boys in blue. And now we got a 3rd and 2 here. Ball just shy of the Cardinal 40-yard line.
We're on a momentum shift or momentum line right here, Nick, in my opinion. You got BG here, 3rd and 2. The Titans offense just came off the field and did a great job. This is a time where BG has got to convert here if they're going to try to maintain the
Here comes the
control
blitz
of the game.
on 3rd and 1. Second effort for Sanasuazo. He's going to make this very close.
Ooh, they
give it to him.
They give it to him. Not a great spot, though. I thought he got up a little bit further than that, but maybe his knee was down. They were right there. Let's see what happens here.
Needed the 48. They get it by about half the length of the football. And a first down. Brings us inside the final minute now, third quarter.
That's a big convert right there. That's big for BG to be able to hold on to the football.
Game tied at 22. 1st and 10. Sanasuazo off the fake. Shake and bake up the middle. And a 12-yard gain and a first down.
He is
brings the Little Peters with him for a ride.
Yeah.
And again, Sanasuazo.
He runs fierce. Watch him. Watch him weave. He knows how to find a seam and exploit it and accelerate through it. He's just something else. I'll tell you. Fun to watch.
Meanwhile, final 20 seconds.
Finley not too bad at doing the same thing.
I don't think Coach Trish is interested in running a play here and may let this third quarter clock run all the way down. So we'll flip field position when we come back. Cardinals will have it 1st and 10 from the Titan 44-yard line, looking to retake the lead. 12 minutes to go in regulation. A lot on the line when we come back. Fourth quarter next. Game tied at 22. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
All right, buckle up for the final 12 minutes here of regulation. Fourth quarter set to begin in Nashua. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. Cardinals are 1st and 10. Sanasuazo is upended. That's Jack Peters. who says, meet me at the line of scrimmage, and we'll see what happens. The middle linebacker, one of the co-captains, taking Santa Suazo through the air. No gain, second down and 10.
It's all your fault, Nick. You called it. You said Santa Suazo takes Peters for a ride. You must have heard it down on the field. And
returned the favor.
He returned the favor, and boy.
That was his little brother I referenced earlier.
That's what you think about right there.
That's what big brothers do.
That's a fair point.
They set the record straight. Meanwhile, both Peters have played well tonight.
Again,
Jack the senior and Luke the sophomore. Meanwhile, there's a flag along the line of scrimmage, and for the third time tonight, Steve, the Titans are drawn off sides.
He and Evan Pafford do the best job at cadence calls than anybody in the league. I think Zach Dowd does a great job, but to me, Matt and Evan just do a terrific job at drawing people off sides. And if they don't draw them off sides, they got them so uncomfortable, it gives this offensive line a little bit of an edge that's needed.
That's more of a...
Oh, that's every play.
Right. I think that's more an advantage than people realize. Meanwhile, the throw over the middle is deflected, intercepted, a one-handed pick. It comes at the 25-yard line. The return goes out to the 30. What a grab. It was tipped, and then it was picked with one arm.
This is just what you see with two good teams not giving up until the whistle blows, Nick. Watch the focus. He comes across the field. Matt gets off a nice throw. Look at that. Tips it up, never gives up on it.
That's John Berry Jr., the
special teams and turnovers.
The safety making a heck of a play there.
So often.
Titans come up with their first takeaway, one turnover apiece. And now North is going to see Raisin Andino get swallowed up a couple of yards in the backfield. That's Baker first, Geraci second. All in all, it looks like a 7-yard loss to set up second down and 17 with a minute now gone by in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, but it's still a turnover, Nick, and it stopped a drive.
Yeah.
The BG was comfortably moving down the field pretty methodically there. It's still, regardless, it's a big play, but 7-yard losses puts them deep back into the territory.
Second and 17, high snap, Finley, handoff, straight ahead run, Raisin Andino. Trying to get back to the original line of scrimmage, does make the 30. Sets up a third down and 11 after a pickup of 6.
Yeah, that's a high snap. Caused a delay in the run.
Still a pretty good hole.
But still a darn good hole, and he crashes through. He's been an impressive runner tonight as well.
Labby, another tackle.
Yep.
For Bishop Guertin. Third down, 11. 2 minutes gone by, fourth quarter. Cardinals trying to force a punt. Titans looking for a first down. Another high snap. Finley on a rollout to his right. Chased by Piker. Throws incomplete. Trying to find Raisin Andino on the run. The pass off the back foot. Goes incomplete. And now a fourth down, 11 on the way. It looks like the Cardinals have forced a 3 and out.
If we can see this again, watch Jacob Baker do the smart thing. He knows Finley wants to take the corner. He fights, he gains, and he forces Finley to get rid of the ball instead of being able to allow him to turn the corner. Jacob Baker does so many things defensively over the last 2 weeks that I've been able to really see him as the season progresses. He's something else.
Has a sack to his credit tonight, and a good pressure there to force the incompletion. Now on fourth down. The punt. Barely gotten off. I don't know. It didn't have a whole lot of leg room. It does take a friendly roll for the Cardinals.
Almost a 20-yard roll that it got off that kick.
Titans will take that. They down it at the BG 34-yard line. Still, decent starting field position for Santa Suazo and the offense. First and 10 coming up here.
Yeah, so the turnover didn't convert into points, but it did change the field position game in this 22-22 horn lock game here that's between these two programs. This is Pete Johnson, a friend from ETV, just texted me. He says, boy, this game's living up to.
Yeah.
And he couldn't be more right about that.
A lot of momentum swings tonight. First 14 points were scored by the Titans. The next 22 by the Cardinals. The last 8.
And nobody's left the stadium.
For Nashua North. Several thousand in attendance tonight in the Gate City. Labby on a first and 10 run. Able to lean forward. Kept the legs moving.
Was that Peters
an extra yard or so. I think it was Peters.
Well, he's
Jack Peters with another tackle.
Yeah, Jack's coming up hard here. Watch this. Bang.
Not sure if that was Peters or not.
I couldn't tell either, but that was, I think it was. But
that may have been Fernandez, who's played well as
tremendous.
Either way, 2-yard pickup for BG. Now a 2nd and 8. Labby hit immediately, spins his way, and will pick up a couple. Turned what looked like was going to be a loss into a 2-yard gain, and a manageable 3rd down and 6 on the way now with 3 minutes gone by in the 4th quarter. I'd imagine, Steve, that Coach Trisciani Jr. keeps it in Santa Suazo's hands here, as he has done often on 3rd down tonight.
Well, absolutely.
Meanwhile, timeout on the field is an injury. Not a good sign for Bishop Guertin.
Who is it?
We saw 3 Titans leave the field due to injury in the first half, and now we see a Cardinal shaken up early on here in the 4th quarter. Not sure who that is, but there are 2 trainers in the area taking a look, with an upcoming 3rd and 6 looming. Reminder, subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's free to do so. We're on YouTube at FNLNH Media. Again, on the web, on YouTube at FNLNH Media. Hit the subscribe button and you'll be good to go for the rest of the season, which, of course, Week 9 wraps up the regular season next week. And then the playoffs begin 2 weeks from this weekend. We'll have coverage for you right here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire.
I think that's Matt Avery, number 62, Nick, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong on that. Looks like he's okay, just kind of limped off the field a little bit.
All right, the Titan fans coming alive here, chanting defense and kicking the bleachers. 3rd down and 6. Santa Suazo against the blitz. They go to Labby. Labby is jammed up, able to lean forward up to about the 42-yard line, but well shy of the 1st down marker. Looks like a 4th down and 2 is on the way.
Gotta believe they're gonna punt it here. And you got a defense like BG's got.
Again, Fernandez over the nose, Steve. Been clogging things up.
Wow, they're going. They are going. I can't believe it.
They at least appear like they're going to go for it. No snap yet. And again, watch for the hard count from Santa Suazo, which has been effective tonight for Bishop Guertin. Coach Trisciani in communication with the senior. He's going to drop back, and it looks like the pooch punt's on the way. There it is, high in the sky. It's a wobbling kick. Going to take a bounce at the 30,
productive.
Inside the 25, roll inside the 20 before it's finally downed at about the 18-yard line.
I think at the high school level, that's such an. If you've got an athlete like Matt that can do all these things, I just think he executes it to a T. We've seen it so many times, and they get a lot of production of field position change when they run this play.
About a 42-yard punt, no return.
Yep.
And again, nobody back to return for Nashua North. So they'll take over officially at their own 17-yard line. Game still tied at 22. Just over 4 minutes gone by in this 4th quarter. Finley and company ready to rumble. 3 receivers, near side left, 1 to the far side right. Looks like a 3-man front for Bishop Guertin. Snap, throw, drop, incomplete.
Got to execute at this point in the game, Nick. 7:28 left. Every play becomes amplified, if you will, in the situation, and you in order for the playbook to work, you've got to get that 4 to 6 yards on that 1st down. They had it right there, just a little bit of a drop in concentration. Let's see what they do here.
That's DeGessie, who failed to bring it in. Was short-handed on his first 2 targets. Meanwhile, Finley on 2nd and 10 rolls near side, going to change direction, going to throw it up for grabs. And it's incomplete along the near sideline. The intended target, apparently, was Barry Jr. Good pressure there to force the incompletion, and now a 3rd down and 10.
Boy, Finley going backwards like that shows you what a strong arm he's got, but this is a very risky pass, Nick, in this situation.
Had to get rid of it, but you're right. It could have been intercepted.
Excuse me.
Instead, 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, desperation passes usually don't work out that good. Boy, what a defensive surge that they had on Finley. They had him contained on both, straight on and contained on both sides.
Both defense elevating their play in this 4th quarter. 3rd down and 10. Cardinals trying to force a 3 and out. Finley's going to go down the sideline. Up in the air, it's knocked away, incomplete. That's Szymanski who got his right hand on it.
Szymanski is checking into this game. If you go back and you count some of the defensive plays that he's made has been pretty impressive. Somebody hurt?
Sanasuazo, slow to get up.
I don't know. That's a pretty indestructible machine, Nick, as far as I've seen the past 2 or 3 years he's played. I've watched him.
I think
nice job by Finley, but just he kind of lofted it up a little too high. Didn't have enough.
That thing was high.
Yeah, really high. Great job by Szymanski.
Yeah, able to stay with DeGuessy step for step. So 4th down, 3 and out for the Cardinals. 5 minutes in, 4th quarter. Their punter has his toes at the 5-yard line. The return man, of course, is Sanasuazo. This one is just barely. No, I think it was tipped.
I think it was tipped.
I think it was tipped as well. It's going to roll far side.
Yeah, I'm pretty
and
sure that was tipped,
going to be
Nick.
blown dead at the 30-yard line. The punter there for Nashua North was Josh Bozek.
We're going to see it here.
The junior barely got it off, but there may have been a finger there on that football.
Yeah, this is special teams, too. And these are the sort of plays that you go back and really affect. Here we go. Yeah, that was tipped. Was that who was that? Was that Baker?
Trying to figure it out. I don't know.
Couldn't really tell. Here we go.
That's Geraci.
That's Geraci.
Yep.
Who else? Yeah, he got a little tip on it. Gives the Cardinals tremendous defense.
Down as the punt was getting going, and BG making a special teams play. They're going to set themselves up beautifully here. 1st and 10 at the Titan 29-yard line officially. All right, 2 receivers each side. The back again is Labby. They give it to him. He weaves his way right side. He's tackled around the waist by Barry, but not before a 2, maybe a 3-yard gain. Bring it to the 27, so a 2-yard pickup. 2nd down and 8. Well, again, as you have touched on here and there throughout the night, Steve, fatigue may or may not be a deciding factor here in the 4th quarter both ways.
Well, when it's cold like this, you're not perspiring heavy, but the amount of snaps,
just pure reps, has been impressive for
a
number of these two-way players. Speaking of two-way players, Sanasuazo calls his own number.
Geez, you welded that one nicely.
The quarterback/safety makes his way down to about the 23-yard line. 3rd down and 3 coming up now midway through the 4th quarter.
And I think it's fair to say the last 5 or 10 minutes there's been a significant temperature drop, but they're not feeling it at all out in the field.
I think you're right, though. Tough run.
Yeah, he got it.
Needed to get to the 20. We'll see where the spot is. Official's going to talk about it and then place it just shy of the 20, Steve.
That is not.
Nose of the football just shy of the 20. It's 4th and an inch.
Boy, I thought he got over the line pretty. Maybe we can see that next play.
4th and an inch. North threatening to blitz up the middle. Sanasuazo says not so fast. May have just changed the play.
Yeah,
the North fans pounding again on the bleachers. Sanasuazo, right side run, finds a crease and gets the 1st down. Able to lower that lead shoulder and pick up 2. Luke Peters there on the stop.
Yeah, but that offensive line, watch them here on the replay, Nick. They did a terrific job getting off the ball. And it all starts with the cadence calls of Matt Sanasuazo, one of the best in the business as far as I'm concerned. And it gives his offensive line that look how they're moving ahead. And they've got underneath everybody, and that's what gives them the edge to be able to get the 1st down. There's Rocco Geraci signals it ahead of time. So,
meanwhile,
Coach
Trisciani's starting to work the clock a little bit here.
Yep.
In no hurry, maximizing the play clock, taking the game clock down near 5 minutes. Meanwhile, Sanasuazo slips away from Peters and shakes his way down inside the 15 to about the 14-yard line. The slippery senior.
Yeah,
makes something out of nothing there.
The bodies are just flying, Nick. Watch this in the trenches. Just everybody is just given. They realize the situation of the game. The hits are big. People stretching out, working themselves downfield. They know 7 minutes, somebody's going to be victorious here.
In the end, Barry got him below the knee.
Yep.
Yeah, if you're the Titans, you hope to hold them to a field goal attempt, right? Maybe get some of that magic before halftime.
Certainly your goal.
They block the field goal attempt.
No matter what happens, you want enough time to sustain a good drive coming back if they do score.
2nd and 7, Sanasuazo going to weave his way down close to the 10-yard line. 1st down markers just below the 8, so it looks like 3rd and about 2.
But you're absolutely right, Nick. There's no question. That's what the Titans want, BG, to score 3 if they're going to get any at all. And that opens up a situation where the clock works in their favor heavily as they come back the other way.
Both head coaches still with 3 timeouts to work with. We move inside of 4 minutes. Clock starting to become a real factor. 3rd down and 3 officially. Labby to the left of Sanasuazo. He calls his own number. He looks for some room in the middle.
I don't think he got it.
It's going to be close.
I don't think he got it.
Fernandez got him low. Barry comes over the top to finish him off, and I think you're right. It's 4th down and about a yard.
So this could come down to this. And great games do. This is what happens. This is why.
4th and 1. And again, the Cardinals look like they're going to go for it. You can hear the fans stomping on the bleachers. 4th and 1 from the 9. Sanasuazo, another hard count. And again, it looks like he draws the defense offsides.
I'm saying it all year.
That's the 4th time tonight a flag flies.
There's nobody like him.
Another pre-snap penalty against the Titan defense.
Yeah, we saw last week. We've seen 2 quarterbacks that really know how to lead their team in tough situations. We saw Evan Pafford against a good Dover team last week just sell fakes and pull cadence calls and draw people off sides at the key moments and give his offensive line the advantages, their offensive perspective lines, the advantages that they need to get the job done.
That may be the biggest play so far. Maybe. Certainly one of them. A fresh set of downs, a goal-to-go situation from the 4-yard line. They fake to Labby. Sanasuazo's cut down.
That's just a terrific job by, is that 21?
That's again Raisin and Andino.
Yeah, he is.
Perhaps has led the way in the tackle department tonight for Nashua North.
Something else. That's staying dialed in right to the end. Nobody's giving up here.
And again, Coach Trisciani wants to make sure that no matter what happens here offensively, North is not left with a lot of time to work with on the other side.
He doesn't make that ankle tackle there, Nick. Sanasuazo's in the end zone.
He may have been. Had a little bit of daylight, but
what a terrific tackle.
Raisin and Andino has set the example time and time again tonight on how to form tackle. Pitch, Labby right side, tries to avoid Peters into the end zone, touchdown. Able to turn his back near the goal line and let his momentum carry him across the goal line into the end zone for the touchdown. So Bishop Guertin's going to take a 28-22 lead with just over 2 minutes remaining. Extra point try on the way.
So what do you do in this situation? You got this offensive line is just surging off the ball. Do you go for 2? Kicks haven't been exactly a guaranteed commodity tonight, Nick.
They're going to line up to go for 2, Steve. You called it.
Well, he knows his offensive line is winning the battles, and Matt's in the zone right now as far as calling the cadence.
Already 1 for 1.
This is a consequential play, folks.
1 for 1 on the 2-point tries. Left side run, not going to happen.
Who was that in there?
Sanasuazo,
number 21 again.
We know who that is. That's Jordan Raisinin Andino, who has been spectacular on defense tonight.
There you go. So it really boils down to 2 minutes and 5 seconds of defense here, Nick. This special teams kickoff is going to be a big one because yardage with 2:05 to left, 3 timeouts, Nick. 3 times.
So a 4-yard touchdown run by Ethan Labby.
Yeah, Coach
puts BG back in front, 28-22. The 2-point try fails. So North trails by 6 with 2:05 to go here in the 4th quarter. Coach Zabolis has all 3 timeouts.
Yeah, and that's a huge advantage to have all 3 of those, Nick. That's just an unbelievable. Actually, that was number 20.
What, Barry on the stop?
Yeah, I think so.
Attempt?
I think so.
Yeah, he's been out there. Labby on the touchdown. It's his 2nd tonight. Both have come in the second half.
Field position is key here. A field goal is not going to get. They're going to have to get in the end zone. They need the field position. Even with 3 timeouts, Nick, 2:05 can burn off the clock quickly.
They just added 6 seconds, by the way.
Yep.
They mistakenly ran the clock
down.
2-point
Yeah, referees are on it. We want the clock right.
So 2:11 to go. Meanwhile, Lennon is ready to kick here. It's a squib. It's going to take a bounce. Fielded at the 25, up to the 30, 35 to the 40. Goes again, one of the up men. That's Steve Rosario,
pretty good field position,
who already returned one tonight. Second one's even better. It's out to the 41. So good starting field position for
Very
North.
good. Yep, that's
Trail
what they
by
needed.
6, and now you got your 2:05 on the clock.
Yep. Nice job. Hold on to the football. See him. Watch. He's going to squeeze it with 2 as soon as he gets in there. He's got 2 hands on it. Whoop.
Good special teams tackle by A.J. Holmes, the sophomore.
But this is the field position that the Titans wanted, Nick.
4 receivers set, 3 to the right. Indino in motion. Quick fire. Finley's got DeGessie. Spins his way out of bounds. Circled his way toward the sideline.
I think he's got a great sideline pass, Nick. He's
out at the 44.
Quick. He looks downfield quick, and he just gets it.
It's just that one-step drop.
Well,
right?
you know what's going to be there because you're not going to have the cornerback screw down tight in this situation. So why not get yourself in a position where you grab 5 at a time when you got 3 timeouts?
Gain of 3. Second down and 7. High snap. They roll him out. Finley to his left. Eyes downfield. He's got a man. It's Peters at the stick. First down. Tackled inbounds near side by Sanasuazo in Cardinal territory at the 48-yard line. It's a gain of 7. They actually rule it at the 46. Clock stop for the moment as they move the chains with 1:50 to go.
Plenty of time.
Hurry up, no huddle. Finley drops the snap, picks it back up. Here comes Baker for the sack. Who else? Jacob Baker wrestles him down at the 40-yard line. Baker dancing around after the big play. We get a whistle, and now the first timeout is on the way from Nashua North. It'll stop the clock with 1:35. Jacob Baker, who has made some timely plays this season, comes up with his second sack of the night.
Watch this again. That's just a defense coming up big here. Watch the snap. He drops the ball down, and that just gives Baker the time that he needs, Nick. But you think about this, what this does more than anything else is little sideline passes aren't going to work anymore with down and distance. Now you've got to go downfield, and it's a big item because it's going to force center of the field type plays. It's going to be very difficult to get out of bounds. It's going to force them to burn their timeouts when they're going to need them the most. That is a big play, and one I think that we'll remember because they certainly look good moving the ball strategically down the field.
A couple of avoidable mistakes perhaps in this fourth quarter.
Looks like Matt Sanasuazo is
by Nashua North.
Getting a little bit of attention here,
right? I didn't see that.
He's all right.
He's okay. Good sign. Helmet back on. He's in the secondary here. But North again. Remember they on 4th down they took the 5-yard pre-snap penalty on defense, and in here a drop snap. So it cost them big time. A 16-yard loss on the Baker sack.
Well,
2nd down and 26. We got a timeout on the field. Got word from the sideline that Sanasuazo had his contact knocked out down there on the field. Meanwhile, the timeout stops the clock again with 1:35 remaining. And again, the timeout, I think, was called by Bishop Guertin.
It was.
So that, I think, was in an effort to keep Sanasuazo on the field, correct?
Yep.
Otherwise, he would have to miss a play.
Not exactly a time you want to be missing your
right.
Your probably the best, one of the best safeties, if not the best in the league. In this situation, you as good a backup as they may have, you want Matt on the field.
And there he is in midfield. All right, so both teams are left with 2 timeouts for the final 95 seconds. 2 receivers each side, 2nd and 26. Cardinals look like they're only going to rush 3. Finley to his left, 4-man rush. Throws across the body, looking for Peters. He's got him on the run. Peters inside the 20 to the 10-5. Touchdown!
What a pound!
Nashua North.
Unbelievable.
It's a 60-yard hookup.
This place is going crazy.
Finley to Peters with 1:26 remaining. Ties the game at 28.
And BG is stunned. You say to yourself, how did that happen? Is this a big point? Well, they went for two, Nick, and they didn't get it. Look at the athleticism of Finley. Running, literally running. Here we go.
Extra point try. Toplana. The kick is up, and it is no good!
Wow!
No good! They look at each other. The officials say no good. That one high enough, plenty of leg. The north sideline is furious.
Well, let's see what happens here on the communication side. Unfortunately, we're probably not going to have a great look downfield with it, but here we go.
Toplana, again, plenty of leg.
I'm not sure if that wasn't tipped.
I was thinking the same. It looked like he was veering to the left.
Yeah, it was.
The officials say no good.
But they both said no good. Here we go. Let's see if we got tipped. Yeah, that got
May have
tipped.
been Santa Suazo.
Santa Suazo's right hand tipped it, and you could tell North knew it wasn't good. I think Santa Suazo tipped that ball, Nick.
Special teams. It's been a factor all night. Really dating back all the way to the opening play of the game. A 78-yard kickoff return for a touchdown by Amory Almonte gave the Titans a 7-0 lead. Almonte in the end zone again on a 9-yard touchdown run early in the second quarter. Gave North the largest lead of the game at 14-0. Get to the rest in a second. Santa Suazo tripped up at the 15.
That's just great coverage down there by the special teams unit.
That's Ryan Flynn, the gunner, the senior, got him by the ankle.
Outstanding work.
Meanwhile, just to recap the scoring, Cardinals got on the board. Santa Suazo a 30-yard touchdown run on fourth down to make it 14-7. Then he finds Ronan Balistreri with a 21-yard hookup through the air to tie the game at 14. That was our halftime score. Cardinals took their first lead on a 13-yard touchdown run by Ethan Labby to make it 22-14. That was short-lived after the two-point try. Finley to Peters on a 30-yard hookup tied the game at 22. We took that 22-all score with us into this fourth quarter. Labby on the previous Cardinal drive scored from 4 yards out, and that is where we are, 28-22. Meanwhile, Cardinals come out throwing on first and 10, and they're going to rule this incomplete.
I want to see this again.
They try to find Cody Zemansky.
I want to see this one again. It looked to me like he had his hands underneath it. Unless it went in between the two forearms and hit the ground. We're going to find out here.
The junior pleading his case to the officials to no avail. This one coming in low. Great effort. But it looked like he trapped that one, I think. I think the ball hit the ground. I think the refs got it right. So second down and 10. We can take another look, but it looked like he had it pinned. Either way, incomplete is the official ruling. Santa Suazo again a pass. Balistreri is knocked down immediately. A 1-yard game. That's Jack Peters, Steve, really turning in a heartfelt performance tonight on senior night.
Well, question is what do you do if you coach Trisciani? You got to be very careful here. You may just want to go to overtime in this situation.
Well, I don't think Coach Zabol is going to allow that. He's going to call a timeout here. And takes North's second timeout to stop the clock with just inside of 55 seconds.
Well, that's going to change the situation for Coach Trisciani. I'm sure now they're going to be looking to get a first down and maintain possession. What I meant is going downfield with any significant risk to it. You get an interception. Now they come back with 54 seconds, and at that point would have had two timeouts.
Right.
But that's a pretty gutsy call. I like the call by Zabolis to call the timeout. That forces Coach Trisciani to go for the first down.
Right.
And that's just a heady call.
Reminder after the game. Full recap. Stats, highlights, and analysis. Plus a couple of games, Steve, statewide are coming down to the wire. So a full scoreboard watch as well. That's all on the way after the game, whether that's a minute or so from now or
this game
after overtime.
We'll somehow see. You believe that 54 seconds is a long ways from over.
We have not seen overtime this season.
Be very interested to see what this call, which Coach Trisciani is going to tell you where he feels his team is in this game, whether or not he goes downfield or not.
Again, the North fans stomping on the bleachers here at Stello Stadium. 28 apiece, 55 seconds to go. Back to throw. Sanasuazo. He's got Szymanski, and this time, I believe it's going to be ruled incomplete. I thought that was more of a catch than the first one.
I thought the first one was a catch, so I don't know. This one looked like more of a catch to me than the first one did, and I thought that was. We're going to find out. These referees are right there, though, in all fairness. They are right down on the field, and your eyes can play games with you. Yeah. I think what he said is it bounced. So that's the benefit with AI. They're on the field level. We're liable to see things that they're, or not see things that they are.
Right.
And they probably made the right two calls.
Titans made the right call there in terms of how to play it. They stopped the clock with the timeout. They forced an incompletion.
Yeah, but
they've got one in the back pocket, and they're about to get the ball back with 48
but
seconds to go.
the problem is when you roll down field like that, you allow them to stop the clock with an incomplete pass. If you run the ball, you force them to take a timeout, you can burn another 30 seconds off, so you force them with no timeouts. Look at the
little snap here. Baker did his best to get it off, takes a hit. Ball flies out of bounds. The Titans are celebrating, and where are they going to get the football is the only question.
Yeah, when you pass the ball, you understand what I'm saying, Nick? When you pass the ball downfield, it goes incomplete. You allow them with the amount of time on the clock.
Steve, they're going to rule him down. He dipped the right knee to the turf. Baker did to try and protect that bad snap. He's down right there.
And he did. That's a
good call. North is going to take over at the 7-yard line with 41 seconds to go and one timeout.
But it's all based, Nick, on a pass downfield there. And that's why I said it's risky to go downfield because you open up the possibility with plenty of time. Remember now, go back a couple plays. This is all created by Coach Sabonis calling that timeout, which made that play, made the first down necessary. But worst case scenario, if you run the ball, you force him to use the last timeout. I mean, a kick is a kick. The kick didn't happen. This is an incredible turnaround of events. Coach Trisciani upset about something on the sidelines, but in this particular situation, the results of what have happened here is really from BG's own doing.
All right. 7 yards between the football and the end zone. North looking to retake the lead. They're going to run a sweep.
They have the edge.
Almonte gets the cut. Touchdown, North. Wow. A 7-yard touchdown for Amari Almonte. It's his third tonight. The senior on senior night. He's got some parents dancing in the aisles here at Stello Stadium.
This place is going crazy.
The touchdown comes with 42 seconds, and it puts North on top 34-28.
You got to give the Titans all the credit in the world, Nick, from the coaches all the way down to the players on the field. They have not give up, and they've taken they have owned the last 7 minutes, Nick. Well, at least the last 5 minutes. And when you got a tie score or a game within a touchdown, that's usually the way the game is going to be turned out. Penalty here.
What a fourth quarter.
It really is.
Toplana, meanwhile, waiting for the extra point try. Missed on the previous attempt, which came just moments ago. In fact, less than a minute.
Yes.
In actual game time.
Well,
all right, Toplana trying to make it a 7-point game here.
BG with 2 timeouts left.
This kick is good. Up and good. No doubt on that one.
So you got a 7-point game with, 42 seconds and 2 timeouts left. This game, somehow you believe this game is not done until the goose egg's on the board, Nick. But the Titans have certainly put themselves in a position where the opportunity for that has narrowed greatly. I give Coach Sabonis all the credit in the world for the thinking that he did by calling that timeout and forcing Coach Trisciani to get a first down. I mean, you can second-guess the pass all you want, but the fact is it was all promulgated by Coach Sabonis making a very cerebral call at the right time.
Showing you what he thinks of his defense.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
A lot of confidence in that group, and they came through for him.
Yep,
for sure.
You know, you got a funny feeling.
And then what happens? Then you get
a bad snap.
What I
Ball's
don't like
at the
is the
7-yard
pass.
line. One pass later, you're in the end zone.
What I don't like is the pass because that stops the clock and keeps the time on and still gives them a timeout. Boy, can he kick a ball.
Toplana boots it all the way back to the 3-yard line. Balistreri looks for the sideline across the 20. Going to skip out of bounds at about the 24-yard line. And that is where the Cardinals will take over. 36 seconds remaining. Coach Trisciani has 2 timeouts to work with.
Again, for those folks, if you're in a situation where you run the ball in that situation, you either force Coach Cebolas to take a timeout, which will be the end of them, or you run 35, 40 seconds off the clock and there's no time left.
Yep.
You still have to make a punt, but that was a lack of execution on the punt right there. That to me would have, a good punt with pushing the ball down the field would have changed things a ton. So BG really, like I say, they're in that situation.
In between a rock and a hard place.
They really are.
They wanted to move the football, pick up the first down.
I couldn't agree with you more.
3rd and long, too long to run. Go ahead and throw it. And even if you punt, though, you face Toplana, who's got a heck of a leg in a tie game.
Yep.
The guy's hit a 50-yarder to his credit this year.
But you get the feeling that these teams played each other 10 times, Nick. It would be like this almost every game.
5-5 probably.
Yeah, it's just these are just 2 great football teams, extremely well coached. The heart in which all the players on the team have played today has been exemplary, and it really speaks to the programs themselves. And
meanwhile, that play was geared towards the sideline, only picks up 2, so a 2nd down and 8 with just over 31 seconds remaining.
But remember, the team that does not win this game does not get a first-round bye, and there's some real benefits to that to getting everybody healed up. But a lot of people say, well, you're going to get out of that playoff contender. Well, I don't think so. I think a bye is a real advantage. You get to scout your opponents that you're going to play.
Guaranteed trip to the quarters.
You're going to be home.
You get
home field advantage. How big is that?
So again, the winner of this game is in the driver's seat in Division I's Western Conference with 1 week remaining. North will take on Dover on the road on Friday, while BG will host Keene here at Stello Stadium.
I'm so thankful, Nick, for all the games I've seen here at Stello that have just been so many of these games looking back in the past. This place is really full of history already as a young field.
Seen a few nail-biters over the years, including one tonight. Meanwhile, Santa Suazo, incomplete. Barely got that off. Felt the pressure from behind. That was Toplana, who was filled in well for Toby Brown Jr.
He has stepped up big tonight,
Since
Nick.
the All-State defensive end left the game in the 2nd quarter and has not returned. But
let's hope he's
Toplana,
okay.
who's also the kicker, comes unabated to the quarterback there and almost got himself a sack.
Just not giving up.
3rd down now and 8. Clock stop, 27 seconds remaining. Again, Santa Suazo taking his time. Two receivers each way. They throw near side. Szymanski makes a man miss. 1st down and then some. Up to the 40. Gain of about 14. Clock stop for the moment. They move the sticks. There's 20 seconds to go. Again, BG still with 2 timeouts. Santa Suazo looks like he's ready to go.
Let's say 3 more plays they got.
North with plenty of cushion in the secondary. Back to throw, 1st and 10. Deep down the far sideline. Up in the air, incomplete. Trying to find the big target, 6'6" senior Gavin Bombara.
Well, you can see why they would
Good
go after him.
Good coverage over there by Finley, who had the interior position.
Yeah, there wasn't really, I didn't see any separation. If you're going to look downfield here, what Santa Suazo's doing there, he's got 73 right in his face, and there was no separation there, so it's really just a height game of who could come back, reach the ball. Just a good defensive job.
And Finley, who's one heck of a basketball player as well.
What an athlete.
A little bit of a box out there, timed the jump well.
Spoken from my good friend Nick Anastas.
I like what I saw
there. Who knows his basketball, let me tell you.
2nd down and 10 here. Clock a factor, less than 12 seconds. On the rollout, Santa Suazo knocked away. Incomplete. That's Almonte, who has made it happen on offense, special teams, and now on defense as well. A big bat away to bring up now 3rd down.
Well, we talk about it as become a cliche, but execution is always going to matter, Nick. The Titans have executed the last 5 or 6 minutes of this game, and BG hasn't. And that is the difference. No matter how you slice it, that is the difference. No matter what you're going to do. You're going to build a building. You're going to be a football player. You're going to be an accountant. It's all about execution in life.
Timeout on the field. Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Beals Insurance. Locations in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance gets you the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. By New Hampshire iPhone Repair. It's done while you wait. It's backed by their lifetime warranty. Now with 6 locations in southern New Hampshire and on the seacoast. Visit nhiphonerepair.com. By the New Hampshire Tomahawks. Showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit nhtomahawks.com and also girls.nhtomahawks.com. And finally, by Ghost Energy. Ghost is an active sports nutrition brand that empowers users to be seen beyond the walls of the gym. So be seen with Ghost Energy. Nick and Astis, Steve Beals with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire game of the week, and it's down maybe to this final play. Less than 7 seconds to go, a 7-point lead for the Titans. Sanasuazo is hit as he throws, and the ball is out. It is ruled incomplete, and it was not Sanasuazo who threw the pass, but his backup, Mike McDonough. The junior seeing his first action tonight. Sanasuazo was on the field in the slot as a receiver there on that last play.
Why
it's
not?
Ruled incomplete. There's still 3.7 seconds to go. One more play on the way for BG.
I like what Coach Tristiano's doing. You put your athlete that knows how to break a play open, but you got to get it to him and you got to block for him. Oh, I don't think it's a bad play at all. I mean, who would you want else besides who else would you want besides Sanasuazo out in the middle of the field at the end of the game?
Sanasuazo again lined up wide to the far left. McDonough on the final play. Pass tipped, incomplete, and it's not the final play. There's still a half second on the board.
No, that was 4th down.
Oh, it was 4th down. You're right. You're right. So either way, with less than a second to go, the North defense forces the turnover on downs. The Titan offense is going to have one more snap here. Most likely, Finley will take a knee, and that's going to do it. Nashua North, after a thrilling fourth quarter,
What a football game.
is going to remain undefeated through now 8 weeks of the season.
Chad Sabolis, absolute fantastic job tonight coaching in making decisions. Both coaches done a great job tonight. But I think Chad did a as a first-year head coach, he shows that experience that he's had, and these players came out and bought in, as he talked about on Gridiron last night, Nick. We'll talk about that more.
They are loving it here on the home sidelines. This one is in the books. 35-28 is our final. Nashua North, it was looking grim with 2 minutes and 11 seconds remaining. They trailed 28-22. Somehow, some way, they score 13 points in the final 2+ minutes, and they come away with yet another victory for Coach Zabolis.
Execution and perseverance and playing with passion, Nick. You know, there was a lot of times where it looked like things were getting, like BG momentum was growing to the point where it's going to be unsustainable for the Titans, but nothing. They had nothing of it. They lost their, star player on the sidelines, Toby Smith. But what happens when you have an organization? You got a coaching staff that knows what to do, and they've anticipated those challenges, and then they execute the way they did. Ultimately, it's the game. When you have a game like this between two evenly matched teams, who plays the best in the last 5 minutes is going to win the game, and that's exactly what happened with the Titans tonight.
Well, we hope for Toby Brown Jr.'s sake that he's going to be.
He's walking across the field looking really good right now.
He didn't play in the second half, but you're right. He's out there in the handshake line, and we're going to keep our fingers crossed. Hope we see number 57 back in action next week. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, post-game next, full stats, highlights, and analysis, plus a few thrillers in development across the state that we'll touch on. North, a winner over Bishop Guertin, 35-28 in our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire game of the week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471 888-858-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And do you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
I'm Travis Kelsey, and this is Zen Water. The perfect alkaline water for sports hydration and the only water that's in a bottle that prevents ocean pollution. Ultra pure alkaline water in a bottle that prevents ocean pollution. Why would you drink anything else? Seriously, why would you drink anything else?
The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school varsity and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. Don't waste another season. Raise more funds than ever before and become another football program in New Hampshire that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Well, what a game we saw tonight. A pleasure to broadcast, maybe the most dramatic through 8 weeks of the season as we get a look at the Titans celebrating down there with our old friend Pete Terrier of the New Hampshire Sports page. 35-28 is the final. Nashua North, they find a way to score 13 points in a little over 2 minutes at the end of the fourth quarter to stay unbeaten and come away with a 7-point victory.
You know, there's Roger Brown interviewing Chad. I don't blame him for going down there and getting that interview. I think this was a high point for him. This is a big game for him. Big game for John, too. Big game for the BG program, Nick. But what happens is teams find things out about themselves. And I was just talking to Jason Roby, the terrific announcer here at Stello Stadium.
Former
head coach of North Titans himself. Knows a little bit about the organization, to say the least. But this is a big night for them because they grab one of those three coveted seeds that allows them to have a bye, and it goes with the Toby.
Not so fast. They got to beat Dover next week.
All right. That's a very fair point.
That's not a given.
That's a very fair point. But
they're in the driver's seat.
They're in the driver's seat. What I meant was they're in control. This game was seen as a benchmark game. If they can't beat Dover, they shouldn't have been there anyway. And I feel very highly about Dover as a football team. But if they can beat Dover next week, that does give them the opportunity to rest their players. And there's a couple players out there that got nicked up tonight that probably could use that. But most importantly, it's the mental feeling inside that we can overcome if we stay and we continue to persevere throughout the game.
Right.
There's one thing about they say about success is you got to show up. And what they did is they showed up in every single quarter. Even when they faltered, they didn't give up. They came back. And this was really kind of like a basketball game. One of the things I love about basketball is the fact the momentum changes that you see go back and forth during a game. There's usually many of them.
Right.
Unlike a football game, this game resembled a first-class basketball game where there was a lot of momentum giving and taking on the way back.
A game of runs, so to speak.
Exactly.
And we saw that tonight. The first 14 points were scored by Nashua North. First touchdown came on the first play of the game. 78-yard kickoff return for a touchdown by senior Amory Almonte. Put the Titans in front 7-0, just 13 seconds.
What a game he had.
Into the game. We had a scoreless first quarter after that, so the 7-0 lead carried over into the second quarter. Almonte adds another on a 9-yard touchdown run.
Yep.
His second trip to the end zone. 14-0, 3 minutes into the second quarter. And then, as you said, the momentum switched, and BG got on the horse, so to speak. Matt Sanasuazo on a 4th and 5. A 30-yard touchdown run got the team on the board. They tie it on the next series. Sanasuazo to Ballesteri from 21 yards out through the air, 14-14. Then on the ensuing drive, North fumbles the football in their own red zone, setting up a short field goal attempt on the last play before halftime. Would have given BG the lead. Instead, the field goal attempt was blocked by Derek Finley, and we went to halftime still tied at 14. However, BG proved that they still had the momentum on their side. Lengthy drive to begin the second half. They eat up nearly 6 minutes, and they cap it off with a 13-yard touchdown run by the senior tailback Ethan Labby. 2-point try by Sanasuazo gave BG a 22-14 lead. So at that point, 22 unanswered by the Cardinals. North with an answer late in the third quarter. Finley to Peters through the air on a gorgeous rainbow pass for the touchdown. The 2-point try was good, and we were tied at 22 going into the fourth quarter. Then Labby, his second touchdown run from 4 yards out late in the game. In fact, just over 2 minutes at that point. 2-point try failed. So 28-22 BG with just over 2 minutes to go. And that's when North made some magic. Finley to Peters on a bomb. A 60-yard hookup. The extra point was missed. And we stayed tied at 28 with about a minute to go. Then the Cardinals, after 3 straight, they try to punt the football, and the snap ends up low. Punter Jacob Baker tried to field it.
5 minutes.
Had his knee on the ground at the 7-yard line. So the Titans with a very, very short field take over. 1 play later, 7-yard touchdown run around the corner for Almonte, his third score of the night. That left BG with just 42 seconds remaining. The Titan defense holds up.
Yeah.
And they shut the door. 35-28. North stays unbeaten. BG slips now to 6-2.
Couple things. One name that you continue to mention in that game that had impactful plays is Mr. Finley. What a game he played. Remember, we talked about if that field goal was good. If that field goal was good, Nick, the dynamics of this game could be very, very different. And at the end of the first half there, but the one thing that happened, Nick, was BG began to have some mistake-ridden football in the last 5 minutes, and the Titans didn't get the memo. And their attitude was they were grabbing and clutching and grabbing for every piece of real estate they could get in this game, and they came out at the end victorious. BG was very close in this game. I think they had a lot of opportunities to close it, just couldn't do it through execution problems. And when you play a game like this, that's going to happen. I know you got some scores there.
All right, here we go. Londonderry still unbeaten against in-state competition. They beat Winnicott out on the beach 42-6 and spoil the Warriors' senior night festivities. Salem, they got a win, 42-12 over Alvern.
Struggling year, but they'll be back.
Wow, you ready for this one?
Yes.
Wyndham 30, Concord 21. Final.
Wow, and where was that?
That was in Concord.
It was in Concord.
The Jaguars get the win. They improve to now 6-2 themselves.
Yep.
Concord, they see their 6-game win streak snapped, and they fall.
Like to see the inside elements of that game, which made that for Wyndham. But
Wyndham trailed most of the way, but they find a way to get it done on the road, 30-21 over Concord. Of course, Crimson Tide, they're on the road at Pinkerton next week. Wink, wink. We may or may not be there. Meanwhile, another one coming down to the end, Steve. Timberlane 42, Dover 42.
Wow.
Tie game with less than 4 minutes to go in the football game.
Well, watch out. Don't take Dover lightly, Nashua North, to your point, Nick. I forgot they were actually playing Dover, to be honest with you. I thought they were playing another team in the last of the week, to be honest with you. Dover and Timberlane. That just shows you how good Exeter played last week to beat them 22-7.
All right.
Things starting to get interesting.
Yeah. And speaking of interesting, one more final score. It comes from Division II, where it appears like there may be a changing of the guard. Souhegan in Amherst, trailing with just 31 seconds remaining, trailing Pelham 28-21.
Wow.
Pythons looking for a big
Upset.
tone-changing road win.
Upset,
in
according
Division
to
II.
many. I'm not sure that Pelham ever
Right.
thought that,
Right.
but upset thought about to many, because with Romy Jane and crew, they're a pretty lethal team. Obviously, Pelham more than capable of playing in
Right.
Division II.
Meanwhile, one final score. It involves an out-of-state opponent, Portsmouth, challenging themselves, taking on one of the best teams in Maine, period,
Yep.
in Oxford Hills, and the Clippers fall short. 20-6 is the final, as Oxford Hills hands Portsmouth an out-of-state loss. Steve, your final thoughts as we turn the corner, heading into Week 9, the final week of the regular season. Obviously a thriller here to kind of give us maybe a playoff preview of the kind of drama that we're set to expect here no matter what the matchup.
Well, I saw a bunch of guys in blue and white and not give up.
Right.
And I saw them persevere through the end, and let this be a life lesson to anybody. No matter what you do, you stay and you keep working until the very, very end. In the words of some great spokesmen, give out but never give in, and the Titans did not have to give out because they executed on the field. As far as BG is concerned, got to lick your wounds and get right back in the playoff picture. Keep on moving on. They played I think 3.5 quarters of very good football tonight.
Right.
It was just that last 5 minutes that it didn't go. When you look across the league, Nick, when you read those scores, you see it's never over. The parity is there. You got Wyndham looking to almost beating Concord tonight. I thought Concord was going to win that game, to be honest with you, but it wasn't. It was never by much. Wyndham is proving with Tiger on, and that they've got a running back that can get it done too. So
They're going to move up a few spots in the Union Leader Power Poll. I have a feeling.
Well, they would have to, because Concord was certainly on the right, and they were worthy of that. But that's why they played the game.
Exactly.
So this has just been honored to be here tonight. This is why I loved Southern New Hampshire high school football and New Hampshire high school football so much. And congratulations to Chad Zabolis. He deserves a lot of credit for managing a great job with his crew tonight.
I want to thank our sponsors tonight: Beals Insurance, MG Sports Fundraising, New Hampshire iPhone Repair, the New Hampshire Tomahawks, and, of course, Ghost Energy. I want to thank Athletic Director Lisa Gingras for letting us come inside tonight and sharing our space up here with the other members of the media.
Such a great group up here.
Pete Johnson of ETV. We
Thank you,
appreciate
Pete.
him. Of course, Coach Roby, John Collins, all the way up and down the list. We appreciate working with them. Of course, Roger Brown of the New Hampshire Football Report. Appreciate him jumping on at halftime. Joe Marshallin is down there on the field. Pete Terrier of the New Hampshire Sports Page. So kind of a who's who.
Pete likes to get in the
world
world there
of
with
media
all the
tonight.
players around him, and
He enjoyed himself.
He
I'm sure,
enjoyed that. I always
at
enjoy
the
watching
end.
those post-game interviews.
All right. Want to thank our crew here tonight. Of course, Matt Beals
Terrific
making
job.
another multi-mile trip, we'll put it that way, up from Washington, D.C., roaming the sideline, doing a great job behind the camera. Of course, Kristen Beals up here from the bird's eye view with us. Appreciate that. Of course, the man behind the curtain, back at the Beals Insurance Studios, is our director, Ben Beals.
And setup man tonight.
And setup man, doing double duty, doing a great job.
Come on back, John. We need
As
you.
usual. Again, it's all done in the memory of our departed friend, Craig Incardoni. We dedicate the rest of the season to the memory of Craig and to his family. For my partner, Steve Beals, my name is Nick Anastas, saying so long. Final score, final time, Nashua North 35, Bishop Guertin 28. This has been our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.